Alright, so we're here with Gabos Media of Recaps, Blogs and Reviews, co-founder. What's good, brother?
Yeah, what's good, man? Finally here.
Finally.
It's been a long time coming. Yeah, man. It's good to see you as well, brother. Getting Recaps, Blogs, Reviews, Gabos Media in the building.
So we're going to start right at the beginning, before Gabos Media, before RBR. We're going to go back to when you were just Capo the rapper, before you were a designer.
Man's gonna go back to that.
We're going back in the vault, fam. We're going to tell the whole story.
Ooh.
So,
okay.
So tell us how you got into music in the first place.
Ooh.
How did that journey start? So obviously you were on the roads doing certain things.
Yeah. Obviously, mine was on roads doing certain bits, but like for the music side of it, I was at my brethren Nathan Jeremy's house, and these times one of the man them, I think it was Warren, he got a grant to get some studio equipment. So boom, he had it over his brother's house, and then he brought it over to Nathan's house. Nathan's built a studio, built a booth in his room. We all start doing this, just getting into the music. But at this time, I wasn't writing no bars or nothing like that. So basically what we've done, them man are making music. Obviously I'm there every day, but me and my brother, we went to a place called Seed. It used to be a college in St. Paul's, and we started doing a beat making course. You get me? Like, obviously the rest of the man, they're doing the music thing. Man is trying to get into this game, but didn't really have a lane, not writing bars or nothing like that. My brother used to spit bars a bit, freestyling and whatnot, but I wasn't doing anything on that level. So started doing the beat making course. This is around the time Boy in the Corner came out, and I can remember, like, every day I'm going Seed, I'm playing that Boy in the Corner. Like, Dizzy was my favorite grime artist back then, so playing that every day. So skip forward from that, only a few months, started writing bars with the man them, doing my thing. Actually pressed my first t-shirt at that time as well, because we was called U-Fam, Union, and Jerry was working on the King Aggie mixtape. So he was pushing that King Aggie mixtape, HMP mixtape, and he did some t-shirts for King Aggie. So at the time we was called Union / U-Fam. So we decided to press up some t-shirts ourselves, just the iron-on thing. You get me? Like, them days it was the iron-on thing. So we'll get the photo, run it through the printer, whatever, get it on the sticky back paper, iron it onto the t-shirt, white t-shirts. But we wasn't selling it. It was just for me and the man then. We did our own ones, t-shirts, bandanas, kind of went a bit crazy with it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was that side. Forward on for now, I don't think, when we was at Jerry's house, we was making a ton of music. That man there was making beats. My brethren, architect from Northampton, he was staying down here. My other brethren for weed, he was down here. We're making music. Foreigner, who's Warren, for weed, and Seeds, they jumped on the track. I'm gonna get that track for you as well. That track, they went in on that track today. Like, the track's still playable today. Trust me, it's one of them ones. So we're still making music with them man there. Jerry kind of stopped doing it at his house. We're going to Arky's house, doing it up there. A bit after that, my brethren Leon Clem, he starts, he's up in Bristol. He's got a studio up there now. We're running beats, and at this time, that's when I've kind of, I would say, took it more seriously. Because at Nathan's house, it was more just us lot cutting tracks. Like, we made bare tracks. Like, every day we're just going there making music. Sometimes Nathan wouldn't even be there, just say, yeah, I'll go to the yard. Just go to the yard. Me, my brother, a few for weed as well. A few of us just making music every day, finding beats, jumping on just internet beats, whatever. But when we started going at Clem's house, that's when we've now gone up to another level of making mixtapes. Do you know what I mean? So we was working with a guy called Tension, who's Clem's close friend. He knew how to do mixtape covers. Like, he did some of the best mixtape covers in ends, you get me? So he was doing the covers, he had the studio, like, he had a lot of the stuff. Like, he had the setup from early, you know what I mean? He had the website, he had the videos looking professional. We put out In the Background 1, 2, 3. Within the background 1, there was there was some type of controversy with that one through one of the songs we did on there. It kind of came across like we was getting at ends, and the ends were from Eastern, Staple and Road, you get me? Just because of certain antics and certain things that was happening in the ends, and everybody's getting a bad name for certain things that some people might have been doing, you get me? So, but it was calm though, nothing ever really happened from that situation. You get me? So yeah, that was Clem's house. In the Background 1, In the Background 2, In the Background 3. Whilst I'm still linking up with Clem and we're doing the In the Background mixtapes, I've linked up with my cousin Tiger T, Kratz Capone and all of them guys, and we started making music. Greasy Bear as well. We're all linking up at my cousin's house, doing like little freestyles, little joke battles and stuff like that. Start using the Orange Street studio, making music over there. At that time, I wasn't really getting out mixtapes or videos, like solo ones. I was just doing the feature thing. We got a few videos we did do, but that was a little bit after. So after the Orange Street thing, I've linked up with Zinc Productions. That's when I've done my first solo mixtape, What's the Motive. I'm still working with Ties and them, and I've done the Gabos mixtape. Jolene's done the cover for me. And yeah, and there's just a few guys from Eastern Pause that I put on that mixtape, a couple of guys from London that I had on it. And yeah, it was good. Like the music thing was all good, you get what I'm trying to say, but I progressed from that.
The important part from there is, how did you go from a music man to being the graphic designer? How did you go from the rapper to G.A.B.O.S, the designer?
Basically after a while, after like going to Zinc's house and doing all these mixtapes, making these videos and stuff like that, I think I had a situation with my epilepsy where I'm just at home now. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I wasn't really going nowhere. That's it. My medication changed and they put me on some different medication. It just had me thinking some different thoughts. I couldn't sleep. Like I'd be sleeping, yeah, and then like I'm dreaming, yeah, bro, and then I wake up doing math sums, like, and I'm trying to put numbers into numbers that don't exist. Like it was mad, bro. The medication had me feeling different at the time. So basically, not to say I was trapped in, I just didn't feel like I could go anywhere. So I'm not going to the music studio. I'm just at home. I'm not linking up with the man them. I'm just at home playing around on my phone, doing little graphics and little pictures and that. And then the pictures started kind of taking off. Like people was liking the pictures. I would take someone's photo, like a random artist from Bristol. I would take their photo, edit it, and then just post it on the timeline. I was doing that every day. Every day I would make a new picture. At this time, it was only on the phone though. So then,
I was going to ask you, what app were you using at this point?
I was just using the phone app. I was raw on my Samsung, yeah, on my Samsung phone. I would do certain graphics on this app, then I would change it to the edit app, and I would do certain graphics there. But to go back a bit, when I was at Zinc's studio, when I was making music with him, I used to see him do all these things, like graphics and visuals and stuff like that. But so I'm kind of low-key learning at that point, because I wasn't doing that then, but I always used to watch him doing it, thinking, yeah, I want to do that type of stuff. And then it's mad, like a few years later, I just naturally started to do it. And yeah, like I was just doing the random pictures of people from the ends and stuff like that, artists. Then I got a MacBook and GMG effects.
Yeah, that's good. How did you go from, because obviously you're Capo, and you were running around, were you G.A.B.O.S first, or were you just doing God Make Gods and then you named yourself G.A.B.O.S later?
Practically, I didn't really name myself. People call me Gabos, but I've never called myself Gabos, basically. Gabos stands for Game Ain't Based on Sympathy. I got that saying from a documentary.
You'd be willing to extort a weaker inmate?
Within a heartbeat, quick. Quick.
Why?
Because he a mob. One thing I'm gonna leave on camera for y'all to remember this word right here, G.A.B.O.S. The name of the game is G.A.B.O.S. Game ain't based on sympathy. If you got sympathy in this spot, you ain't gonna never make it.
Willing to extort a weaker inmate?
Within a heartbeat, quick. Quick.
Why?
Because he a mob. One thing I'm gonna leave on camera for y'all to remember this word right here, G.A.B.O.S. The name of the game is G.A.B.O.S. Game ain't based on sympathy. If you got sympathy in this spot, you ain't gonna never make it. Never make it. Never make it.
So yeah, that's where I used the sound clip and got the sample from Game Ain't Based on Sympathy, and just shortened it down to Gabos, which is the original abbreviation for it anyway. And so yeah, at first it was like, I was obviously Capo, start doing the graphics. I need a name for that. So it was GABOSMEDIA Graphics, GMG. Just before that, I was working with an artist from Bristol on the UK Rap on the Map platform. So whilst I'm working with him and we're pushing artists from the UK, something switched into me and they said, you know what, create your platform. Instead of just like, cool, I can help my boy with his platform, which is a good platform as well. Add them up on Instagram, UK Rap on the Map. But I thought, you know what, switch it up, do my thing. And then that's when I started taking my thing seriously. GABOSMEDIA Graphics, GMG, etc. You know what I mean? And then obviously it's GABOSMEDIA, because the G, GABOSMEDIA, you get me?
So how did that become God Make Gods, working with Limbo and Age?
basically we're in a football group at the time, and I'm just working on graphics. And then one day, I've downloaded like a template of a tracksuit and some t-shirts. So then I've just put my logo on top of them, showed a couple of the man them in the football group. And Lenny always used to contact me, saying, yo, Caps, you should do the clothing, like when you're ready, holler at me, I'm ready to jump on it. Tiki, he was always there saying, yo, when you're ready, I'm on it. Just say it, just when you're ready to go, just say go. Age was a brother from London that I met in a football group. He was on it. You get me? Didn't really have to do much talking. He was just on it. And then he was like, okay. I said to them, man, yo, my brand's obviously called GMG. Like, what can we put as an abbreviation for GMG? Instead of, obviously we got the graphic side, which is my brand, is separate from the clothing. But what can us guys do with GMG for the clothing? So then Age was like, God made gods. You get me? And then that's how the name got born. You get me? Shout out Age for that still, because he's the one who named the brand God Made Gods. It started with GMG, obviously, but God Made Gods Clothing is the name of the clothing brand. Yeah? That's GMG. New stock coming soon as well. Feel me? New merch coming soon. Very soon.
That's dope. So we'll jump on from there, because obviously you kind of went solo after a while, which would have been, what, just before the awards?
You speaking about the clothing?
Yeah, so you were with them, and then you kind of went off on your own after a while.
Basically, we got honoured by MMG.
Yeah.
We've all turned up there. You was there yourself, you captured it all on camera.
Footage, bro, yeah.
Man got me all on camera. We also got all the photos of that with my little hat and shit like that.
All of it,
like people like to tell me I look like Kermit. When Kermit's wearing this suit because
that Kermit in the suit.
It's bad still. But yeah, my hat was rocking that night still. But yeah, we won an award. Not necessarily for the clothing. We won the award for the work that we've put in, especially on the graphic side, from Bristol to Brooklyn, because I'm not going to really go into it now. We could get back to that, but yeah. So we got honoured. I think it was probably a couple of years after that. Lenny wanted to do his own thing, so he's created Hustle for Freedom brand, clothing brand, and he started doing that. And then just as time's gone on, like everybody's just like working on different thing. Age is working on his football coaching badge. I think he changed positions in his workplace and stuff like that. So he's just been busy doing his thing. Tiki's the same. He's just been doing his thing.
Yeah, like, shout out Tiki, yeah.
Yeah, man, shout out Tiki, man. No, bare love for them, man. You get me? So yeah, after Lenny left, obviously we've still kept it up, still doing my thing. Obviously everybody's gotten busy doing what they're doing. Age was doing some jobs in London, like if people wanted something up in London, Age would pattern that. People down here, Tiki had it's like everybody kind of had their own clients. So
Tiki was doing the vinyl stuff.
Yeah, he's doing the vinyl stuff, the shop stuff. So if somebody wanted some hollered for something, he was still patterning it for them. We all got our own equipment. Yeah, so it was nothing for us to do the jobs. But then after a while, when time's ticking on, everybody's busy. So then like it's just me pushing the clothing, pushing the graphics. But at time, I've had to put the clothing to the side because the graphics started taking off with the council work and other jobs with clients in America. So I've had to put the clothing to the side. One of the biggest reasons for that is because at a certain point, I felt like at a certain point in Bristol, everybody was jumping on the clothing thing. And
because of you.
I'm not taking that.
No. You were branded everybody, right? Therefore, everybody wanted their own thing. Let's be real right now. You branded half of Bristol's rap.
Nah, listen, I did. You know what? One of the biggest things to me, right? One of the best advice I got when I came in the game was hardly any advice, and that was from that was from Ooze. You get me?
Yeah, man.
And it wasn't like he gave me any advice. He just said to me like, I'm just gonna have to shop around for like to look for the warehouses that provide the clothing for you to do it. And that was the best advice I got, because him just giving me the answer wasn't like, it's not, nah. You gotta go out there and you gotta do your hard work. You gotta find who's who. You get me? And I respected that. But it's like every brand in Bristol, the clothing brands, we all got our own lanes. People just look at it like, oh, everybody's doing clothing, and it's like. What made me fall back, one of the reasons was like it did in a sense become a gimmick. Everyone's just taking vinyl logos, flinging them on a Gildan t-shirt. You get what I'm trying to say? And it's like, yeah, it's like anybody and everybody was doing it. And like, yeah, you make a good point. I did help brand a lot of artists.
That's where it started. That whole era started because you branded up Box Boys, and from there it went mental. Yeah. And the wickedest thing is with that, yeah, you see Spar came to me with, let me get this straight as well.
I assist the artists. They come to me with their vision, and I help bring their vision to life. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And but Spar came to me with his logo written down. Yeah, just some. I think he drew it on his phone. You know the notes? I think he drew it in there. He's like, he did the box shape. He said, yeah, want it like that, want it like that, want it like that. You get me? I created about 3 or 4 different Box Boys logos. He picked that one and boom, you get me? They've got their t-shirts and shit. They got their merch. At the same time, I did Terms, the 573 NE1K t-shirts at the time as well.
They were my favourite. I like that. Yeah. That was sick.
And the thing is, a year before I did these t-shirts and worked with these Bristol artists on that, I actually made a post on Facebook saying like a lot of the artists are going on these platforms and they're rocking other people's things.
Yeah,
like,
what's the point?
Yeah, like we need to brand ourselves as well. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
It's what I meant to do. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I was actually happy to go on Grind Daily and actually see logos that I made, seeing clothing that I made. It was a night I was in St. Paul's, yeah, and it's like I'm seeing enough of the man there, man, they're rocking NE1K t-shirts. These mans are rocking Box Boy t-shirts. These man are rocking you get me? Like, these man are rocking Team GB. Yeah, I'm trying to say, I made that logo as well. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Man is rocking the one-way t-shirt. Like, these are all brands that I've helped assist in the city. You get what I'm trying to say?
The 5-star brand too, the USA one, the stars with the 5.
Yeah, bro, I love that. Yeah, bro, the 5-7 brand was hitting.
But no, what you're saying there is true. I think it sparked from when Lee Haskins wore your hat on Sky Sports. You started mentioning, it's like, why is it we're always wearing like Nike or all these kind of brands there when we could easily make our own brands? Yeah. What's going on with that? And from there, you literally started a trend of Bristol rappers having merchandise. Maybe not so much a fashion brand, but you definitely set them up of having a merchandise clothing thing, you know, with the tracksuits and t-shirts and hats.
See, you're gonna get in trouble for that.
It's true. It's true.
But from your perspective, I cannot sleep on your opinion and respect for that. But then it's like, everyone sees the game from different perspectives, isn't it? So I can't take away your opinion. Like, I gotta respect your opinion because it's what you've seen through who you've seen out there. But then it's like, personally for myself, there's different eras, isn't it? So it's like the I Am Entertainment, they was rocking with their t-shirts.
They had their own brand before that.
Yeah, they had their brands. They was rappers working with their thing. And I get what you're saying. And here's what's gonna separate me. And I get the point you're trying to make. I wasn't a rapper trying to do it. No, like a lot of the people in the city, there are actually artists who need to have merchandise, so they created merchandise. GMG wasn't merchandise for the music. It was just a standalone clothing brand. It wasn't there for GABOSMEDIA. It's there to stand alone on its own thing. And it wasn't because I'm a rapper. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It was just merch. And I feel like back then, when I started, there was a lot of people in the city who had clothing brands, but a lot of them was artists with their thing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Kaners, he's somebody who had merchandise and clothing from long. DLMTG, I Am Entertainment, King Aggie with the NET thing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, these are all guys who had their merch. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But when I came into the game, I wasn't a rapper. You get me? I was just a graphic designer trying to do this thing. The same with Corinne Leslie. She's not an artist in the city. Like, so with her clothing brand, she started from the mud. With GMG, we're starting from the mud. Exactly. There's a lot of other people who are doing that. And this is why I can separate the brands in the city when it comes to the clothing brands, because we are all different. Some people are music artists and they have merchandise. Some people are just brands who started up from the scratch and they decided to either they're fashion designers, you get what I'm trying to say, or graphic designer. Like, me and Kareen, we don't do the same things. No. She's on a upper echelon in my, because I'm in this clothing game. Yeah, I can say this in a sense. She's for me. She's not an upper echelon, but she's on a different level because she's actually a tailor. Yeah. She gets in the DNA of the clothing. Yeah, I get in the DNA of the graphics, designing stuff, the artwork, and then I take that process and bring it over to clothing. Yeah. Her thing is different. DLMGTV, their thing is different. You won't find a lot of brands with the same t-shirts or sweatshirt as that DLMTG got, because they source out finer different garments for your clothing. Like, I can break down why all of us guys are different, but people was putting us all in the same categories in that time when I fell back from the clothing. So I was like, you know what, because, and this is, I was like this with the rap thing as well, because I can't give you what I fully want to give you, I will fall back until I can perfect it. So at that time I perfected my graphics, and I'm getting jobs with the council, I'm getting jobs with artists in America, I'm getting jobs with a range of people. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's like, yeah, boom, I just had to push that side, you know what I mean? But yeah, there's a lot of us out here doing this thing, and people try and put us all in the same brackets, but nah, we're not.
Everyone
Oh yeah, sorry to cut you. Big up China as well. Big up Liani as well, because yeah, man, that's a big person. She's doing her thing, man. Serious.
Yeah, and what I meant by the fact that you started a trend at that point, okay, you had Label was probably the only real rap brand that had merch or whatever at that point. Maybe I Entertainment, but I Entertainment was probably
What year are you talking?
So when you were doing the tracksuits for like Box Boy, I'm talking around that era then.
Okay, now
it wasn't a big thing for artists to have their own brands at that point.
No, I think
not the way that you made it.
No,
where everyone had something. So even I had my own fucking clothing brand.
Yeah. Oh yeah, trust. Bro, your memory's better than mine, bro. But nah, I get what you're saying, because, like I was saying before, you got periods of you got different periods of when shit's popping up and when shit's not. Like around the time when I stopped, you had a lot of like design. Obviously, designer shit's always in fashion, but like we're talking like when Pop Smoke was blowing up and he's chatting about Dior, everyone's on this Balmain thing. Like the designer thing started kicking back in heavy. You get me? So people wasn't really on rocking like your local designers. You get what I'm trying to say?
Do you know what's different about you though? Like you were saying, that you're not a rapper trying to do it. These rappers are making brands for themselves, where you were branding rappers and artists to have a brand in the first place. That's a completely different.
Yeah, it's different because
you were branding these guys.
Because I'm
helping them do clothing, but you were giving them a design, giving them the blueprint, and telling them what to do with it. And then not only did they have their music, they had a source of income, which they should have had anyway, because any artist should be doing this. But like you gave them game as well as giving them a product to go off and sell. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I get your point.
So like what you did is different. DLMTG, Ooze did his brand as DLMTG the brand, something to put out into the public. Same as like a Korean.
But this is what this is what's different though, and it's not even like not to separate us or anything like that. This is why I say everybody's got their lane, because. The difference between me and every other fashion brand in the city is I'm a graphic designer.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a graphic designer.
The rappers are making design for their own brands.
You're
helping
they're gonna
businesses.
Yeah, they're gonna focus on.
You're starting.
And you know what? That's actually helped them though. It's a gift and a curse being a graphic designer. Let me show you why. When I first started, I did beer designs, bro. I did so many fucking designs, bro. Like a bit too much. You get what I'm trying to say? Where someone like, let's say DLMTG, I don't want to bring them up, but they're someone I rate in the game, so I'm going to bring them up. Let me say something. DLMTG, like, they had their main logo in it, and then Ooze introduced about another 2 or 3 logos. But what that enabled them to do was source out the best jackets, the best sweatsuits, the best jumpers, because a lot of people, they all buy from the same warehouse, they get it from the same people. DLMTG, they wasn't going to the same people. I could say the same about Kareem Leslie. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So where I might have the game where I can change this GMG design, I can make this color, I could do this, I could do that, like just by myself. It's not costing me no money or nothing, which is cool. The type of garments that I'm printing on was a lesser value than the ones they was. You get what I'm trying to say? And it's things like that that made me take a step back. And that's why it's a gift and a curse, because if you're just concentrating on one logo, you can just source out the best things. I kind of put too much on my plate by trying to give people range. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's like, now when I'm coming back in it, I'm only coming with a few designs on the best source material garments that I can get. Do you know what I'm trying to say, fam?
This is true. Alright, we'll move on from this thing. I think that was a good conversation to have. I wanted to bring that up because it was a massive thing in the city at one point. You were just branding everybody, and everyone had their own clothing because of you. And then other people started springing up and doing their own things, and then like from there, like you saw all sorts of mad brands popping up at the fashion award for and stuff.
Yeah,
crazy.
I'll give you that. When I started doing it, I've helped brand so much people in this. And let me just get this right so people understand what I'm saying. After I started doing it, I've seen a lot more people who wasn't artists, rappers or anything like that starting to brand themselves. Yes, I helped to a range of them, but I started to see that, and I like that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because still shopping, I looked at Ooze, I looked at King Aggie, I looked at I Am Entertainment, all these guys doing their clothing. I looked at Jerry when he used to get the iron and print our first UFAM Union t-shirts. I looked at all these things and then adapted that and started mine. So then I cannot just turn around and say, oh, nobody never learned off me or got, you know what I'm trying to say, or got inspired by the works that I did, because we all had a period where we did works where we was inspired by the next man. You know what I'm saying?
I remember fully because I say even Cypher's got a line because of you. Like, Cypher's not even on that kind of thing.
Oh, bro, you know, I forgot that I did his thing as well. You know? It's mad.
He's working in the cannabis industry now. He's actually got a canna card and all that. And
oh, bro.
Yeah, he's big in that industry now. It's kind of crazy.
Bro, it's mad, you know. You remember everybody I worked with, bro.
Bro, I pay attention to the industry, you know. And history. This is something Wiz said at the Surplus event. He was like, yes, it's all historic. And he looked at me and was like, I know Wiser likes that kind of talk. And I was just like, yeah, it's true, isn't it?
It's true.
I love my history and I love historic moments and all that. It's just something I'm about.
Nah, I hear that, G.
Let's talk about branding businesses as well. Obviously, you did the merchandise stuff with the rappers, but you've also done a lot of branding for actual like startup companies. You did my first bunch of logos when I started out. Like people have actually the Life 2020 brand as well. Like so many people have brands in Bristol because of you again. Not just on the clothing side of it, but like so many brands that you can just go into your page. Like yeah, I branded that, I made that, I did that logo, I did this for this. How does it feel to do that aside from the clothing? How does it feel to like help businesses get there? Once you've got your logo, that's your start, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously we got our RBR logos and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that got us. Once we have a logo, we were like, okay,
yeah, that's it. The logo always sets you aside and makes
Yeah.
people take you seriously. And like I said earlier, like I just bring people's vision to life. You get me? And I like it when someone can actually come to me with an idea, whether it be written down or a little sketch or something, and then I could bring it to life. Like we did a logo. We helped brand a 16-year-old girl, with her clothing brand, and the response I got back from her mother, like it touched me, bruv.
It's a big brand too.
Yeah, like, and the thing is, the girl's mother, she's my brethren's sister. You get me?
I remember you saying, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like hearing these big people that man got respect for from my ends. You get what I'm trying to say? Show respect for something that ain't from the streets. You get what I'm saying? People didn't care.
Right.
People didn't care about the street shit. There's a lot of people used to see man on the block and every day drive past stations.
But we had to do things we had to do to make money back then. It was
and it's not even just that. It's just that was the youth. You get me? I'm not even gonna use the money excuse because it is what it is. That was me back then. I'm coming from a perspective of these people in ends on Facebook. They've seen where I was before. They might not even known what I was doing. They see me hanging around their brothers where I might have been the quiet one. You get me? Just in the back banning my spliff. You get what I'm trying to say? And it's like I started to come to life personally myself when I started branding companies, when I started doing GMG. Do you know what I mean? And to hear opinions back from people about my work, especially the council. I did some work for them and helped brand their the Black Lives Matter thing. I did about 3-4 logos for them, and I sat in meetings with them. I didn't just do the logo, I did the research on it. I sat in the meetings and spoke to them about things happening in the community, and the response that I got back from them, like yeah man, I love that. Like that to me is more than the celebrity cosigns or celebrity posts and stuff. Is the people in my community showing me love. Like going to my mom and my dad and telling them, yeah, I seen the work your son did, rare. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? I love what he's doing. Like, that meant a lot to me. Walking street with my daughter, seeing somebody in the Mash Combat clothing, which I've made. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And it's like,
I love that.
They see me from across the road and they've shouted me. My daughter's like, hey dad, he's wearing your clothing. My man come across the road, give me a big hug, like, yeah, I know you, you're Kai, and speaking to me, like, seeing the smile on my daughter's face, like, that made me feel, it made me feel good, bro, because it ain't like I'm on road and a man's coming up to me like, yeah man, blessed with that draw you shot me. You get me? Like, respect for that draw, yeah man, you gave me a fat draw, like nah. It's with these logos you're making, they're really doing things. Yeah, and seeing flyers I made on billboards in the city.
That's been sick.
You sent me the photo of that.
Bare times as well.
Bare times, like, you get me? Having the Lord Mayor respect my thing, and yeah, it was different, bruv. Cause when I was living on the block, is he a mayor or a Lord Mayor? What is he?
Oh, he's the mayor now.
He's the mayor, yeah. When I was living in ends, my man got me dash off my street, bruv. You get me? And then to see him, I post my work the other day. You know what I'm trying to say?
I bet he doesn't realise that's you.
Nah, he does right there, it's me. You get me? I used to cause havoc on. I don't blame you, know. I used to cause havoc on that block, and he lived down there with his family, so I don't even. You get me? But yeah, bro. So it's mad how I've come from that, like living on a block where my name is causing havoc to where that person who's now the Lord Mayor is trying to get us dashed off the street because you get me, because of the madness, to getting to a point where now he's sharing an article about me. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, mad. And it was a positive article, not no badness. You get me?
In fact, since you brought up the article, let's get on to this part. Okay, so That's alright. So I don't want to dig too much into your epilepsy, but what I do want to ask is like, you work in a field where you're staring at screens all day, and obviously you have responsibilities at home as well to deal with, raising a family and all that kind of thing. So how do you cope with the health condition that you have, as well as having the life responsibilities and being in front of screens and having such a big responsibility by branded businesses? Because at any minute your health could just take a turn, you know.
To be honest, like, my epilepsy is controlled, to be honest. I've took medication from the age of 11, so it's being controlled. Only in the last 6-7 years has it really got a bit iffy, up and down, having seizures here and there, you get me? We'll touch on that in a bit though. But dealing with working with screens and stuff like that, do you know what? It saved me. You get me? The type of epilepsy I got, it isn't the one where flashing lights and stuff like that triggers.
So you're not light sensitive?
Yeah, I'm not light sensitive. You get me? Was it photosensitive?
Something like that.
Photosensitivity. I should know all these logo. I should know all this lingo.
All of this stuff.
You get me? You should know all the lingo. But yeah, I haven't got that photosensitive form of epilepsy. So working with screens isn't a problem. Doing the graphics saved me, bruv. Big man thing. Cause like I said, at that time in life, like where I moved on from making music and started doing graphics, the epilepsy started kicking in. You get what I'm trying to say? I've gone through a bad period through the medication and all that. But work-wise and family life and stuff like that is cool. Like the people I've got in my life, my daughter's mothers, I got the best daughter's mothers in the world, right? Like, so that side of life is cool. They understand my condition. I've never used my epilepsy as an excuse. Yeah, I've never tried to do that. But I've had the realization that, you know what, even though I don't use it as an excuse, I've got to realize that it stops me from doing A, B, or C. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because it's easy to look at somebody else's life and other people even driving and certain shit like that and not being able to do it and thinking, why me or whatever, like, nah, I want to do this, nah, I want to do that. But then you have to remember, take a step back, bro. Like, you've got something that's actually stopped you from taking certain steps towards it. So even though I'm not a victim, I'm not trying to blame anything, I have to have that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Just for
like a reality,
just for that reality check. Like, bro, sometimes you have to actually look at your epilepsy and realize this is because of your epilepsy. Even though you don't want to do that, you get me? Because you're not a victim, you still have to say that to yourself. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But it's like the work saves me. Putting my head into the computer, 10 hours a day, whatever, it saves me. Helping brand somebody's business. And like they don't know nothing about this thing and just going from a logo, speaking to me about a logo, now they got Instagram pages, their social media's busting. You get what I'm trying to say? The help and the advice I've given them actually helped them take off. It means something to me. You get what I'm trying to say? When I'm not working, like say I spend 2-3 days mad working, it will be the day when I've got no work where I start, you get what I'm trying to say, where I start feeling, and not to say depression or anxiety, but it's just like your mind starts to dwindle. You get what I'm trying to say, fam? Because I'm not working, I'm not active. I'm best being active, doing these things. You know what I'm trying to say? I made all 3 of these logos. You get me? Doing this work, like staying active is the main thing for me.
So here's a question: so you know, like the placebo effect, where like you can make something trigger within yourself by thinking too much about it, like an illness or whatever. So if you're, like I say, you're not busy that day, or in those couple of days you have no work or whatever, and your mind's just going, oh, something could happen, could you possibly trigger it yourself by thinking too much about it, and that sort of thing could...
Sometimes they do say it's like a circle. Like you can have anxiety, that you're gonna have a seizure, that can depress you, and now that could bring on a seizure. Like you never know, but that the doctors, there is something there that says you can do that, but I don't personally believe I've done that with myself before. Do you get me? I have had issues with like medication. Right. Like, did I take my medication or not? And it's like,
because you have bad memory, because you have
like the memory's toast. Like the memory's
does that mess with your medication?
Like, bro. So it's like there's times when I've took too much medication, and it's like you can take too much medication and then have a seizure. You get what I'm saying, bro? So it's like sometimes I might forget that I've actually just took it. Now I've took extra ones, but I've just took it. There's times when I might feel it coming on. Like there was one time when I felt it coming on. Yeah, I've gone to get the medication, sat down in my chair, and then I've just had a seizure, bro. I've woke up and I'm like, hey, what the hell happened to me? I'm looking down on my top and I could just see like the tablet dissolved on my top. Like, do you know what I mean? It's mad. Like the other day, I must have go link somebody. I was just about to say something to them, but then I had this weird feeling. So then I just started scooting off, and then like I let a car go past me, and then the next minute, you know, I woke up in the ambulance, bruv. And that was like the first time I've had a seizure where I've woke up in the ambulance. I've had this, I've had it since 11. I've never woke up in the ambulance. You get me? So that kind of knocked me for 6. Took me off my path for like a week or 2 weeks. But it's funny because the first 2-3 days after that happened, I didn't clock it. I didn't, like that anxiety behind it and the realization, wasn't there. And then on the 3rd day now, I'm like, fuck, like that's happened to me. Like I don't think I went out for like a couple of days after that. But then I got no choice but to brush it off. You get me? I got no choice but to brush it off. I got my 3 daughters there. You get me? Like I've got too much, bruv. I've got too much. Like I gotta brush it off and just keep
That's
moving.
something that I've always admired about you since I met you. Like, you know, 'cause I didn't know for the first couple of years that you even had epilepsy. You didn't tell me for the first bit. And it wasn't until you ran up a thing about having seizures, and I was like, you what? So I had to hit you up and ask you about it. And you broke it down. Obviously, my former mother-in-law had epilepsy as well, and she is the photosensitive one. So like, I've seen my fair share in it. So like the fact that you're so strong about it, and you don't let it affect you, and the work that you produce, regardless of that condition, just speaks to who you are as a character. This is something that I always tell people about. So my brethren is a mad guy on this. It needs to be noticed because some people let their conditions take them, and not even on their own doing, but you know how mental health can be. You can get trapped in your mind and
you definitely
screwed in it. You know
it can take you over. You get me?
Yeah.
And it's important not to let that happen, because I've enjoyed like the things my friends have. I've gone clubbing, like it's never had an impact on that side. I've had relationships. Obviously, I've got 3 daughters, so I've managed to live that life. Obviously, the driving and certain other things that has held me back from like the last few years, not going out as much and socializing as much. Like it has its points, but you just got to keep it moving. But it's never really like stopped me from doing A, B. You know what I'm trying to say? Certain things, like we went Magaluf, we're in the club here. I think what's the club? I can't remember the Ministry of Sound. I think it was Magaluf. Bro, those lights was going off. Like
that'll cause you if you haven't.
Bro, and it's like, so even then, I just said, you know what, cool, I'm gonna go sit at the front of the bar. You get me outside the bit. From it, I just chill. You get me. But even the man then, they ended up coming out because it was like it's too much for them, bro. They can't even. I don't know why they do them flashing lights.
No, I'm not into big strobe lights and stuff. It messes with my head and gives me headaches and stuff. And just
it's mad, cuz.
It's just the way. I think we're drunk people. It's a cool thing, isn't it? When you're drunk, you don't care. When you're sort of with it half the time.
Man. The whack bar of the week, bruv. The whack bar of the week. And some man, obviously, they're not gonna like getting the whack bar of the week, but a lot of guys laugh it off. Like it's bites at the same time. You would never get something like that in RC.
Oh, listen, if we did that on RC, right?
You're not gonna get whack bar of the week. You whack video of the week,
bro. Listen, we'd have so much beef. No matter who we did that to, instant beef.
Beef, bro. Our streets don't play, blood.
You know what I'm saying, though? Like,
real talk.
Our scene is super sensitive, isn't it?
We and one of the man was having a conversation about the Twitter Spaces, fam. And I swear down, if that was Bristol that was on these things like that, bro, it would be mad beef, bro. Because it's funny, like in other cities, I realised them man they could do the banter beef thing with each other, and it won't get that far. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like down here, fuck that. Man,
if you so much to say somebody doesn't have a good lyric, you're finished.
Finished, bro.
They're coming for you.
Man, they ain't even gonna banter with it, bro.
No, they're just gonna get mad at you.
But I don't. You know what? When it comes to this rap thing, a lot of men say they're the hardest and stuff like that. But it's like, that's why I like following grime and I like following battle rap, because when people say these things, ever MCs challenge it, and it's not, oh, you got beef with this guy or whatever. It's just challenging it. Like, you get me? Oh, you think you're the best? I think I'm the best. All right, let's jump on the same beat and see who put out the hottest one.
This is something that me and Rise and Sun were saying when we were doing a video shoot. We were both saying, like, there's not enough hunger. People aren't hungry for it now. Why aren't people battling in the street? Why aren't people just walking up to you, I'm better than you, and spitting at them? Like, where's the hunger for it?
I think it's a platform thing again, though. Because I actually think people always say the artist saying, I think, you know what? I think we criticize the artist too much.
A little bit.
I think, real talk, not we, I'm not talking about us, I'm talking about the average fan.
Yeah.
They expect a lot of their artists. We don't, and Jay touched on it on a track, on the recap I did for him, I touched on it where he speaks about, like, you don't know what your favourite artist is going through.
And what here is fucking being. Lost my brand and then I lost my cousin with months in between. Please try forgive me if it seems that I'm not in the scene. But what I mean, you never know what's going on behind the scenes. Behind the blind, I think you'll find you're kind of blind.
no cap, right? I used to be like, where's this artist? Where's that artist? Like, I'm a big fan of the scene, you get me? But then it came to a point where I'm like, you know what, bruv? Stop asking where these mans are, innit? A lot of the artists, they're dealing with things behind the scenes. And sometimes us fans and us critiques or bloggers or whatever, we're too opinionated about artists not dropping no music or artists dropping music that's like this or is like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what? Leave the artists, give them time to do their thing, because you do not know what's happening behind the scenes, bro. You do know what it took for them to create that magic that they're coming to us with. You know what I'm trying to say? So I think we have to have more patience with the artists, man. You don't know what it takes for them to write the bars, go to the studio, make the music, and how much passion it takes for them to do that while facing everyday struggles. And it's like, I would love my favorite artist to drop a mixtape, put out videos, but at the same time, I gotta understand that he's maybe going through certain shit. He might not feel right with putting out the music. You get what I'm trying to say? So when it comes to the hunger, I feel a lot of the artists had the hunger, a lot of the artists have the hunger, but there's not much platforms that's willing to push it out there that much. How much platforms have we got in Bristol dedicated to music, in your opinion?
Probably, well, ones that I'm aware of, 3. There's probably a lot more, but what I would say music, so you got G.A.B.O.S, you got Word Life, and that's with the AFT platform.
See,
and Splash as well, Splash actually, so that's like 4.
That's like 4. But those guys are all big. Them guys are all doing what they're meant to be doing. But who's the platform for them guys that's pushing them guys? Because obviously them guys are doing what they're doing. They're pushing the rappers, they're finding new talent, they're pushing new talent. Like, they're doing the jobs these guys are doing, they'd be getting paid big money for it if we lived in a never city, a never country. Do you get what I'm trying to say, fam? But at the same time, where are the platforms for them guys? Like the radio stations, the podcasts, stuff like that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, there's a ladder that's meant to go, not a ladder, but there's different like areas where that's meant to be piling up, helping them. What about the DJs? Like, as these artists, I seen a grand DJ put out a track. He's asking for all the he told all the DJs hit him up. The amount of DJs that contacted this artist for his latest single. Like, does this happen for our artists down here? No. If one of the man was to make a post right now, If one of the man was to make a post right now, I'm dropping my new single. Radio hosts hit me up. Podcasters hit me up. Where are the radio hosts apart from World Life that's gonna actually take that song from them and play that for them?
And even then,
and DJ Styles as well.
This is something that I debate with artists quite a bit. Those posts there are arrogant. You should never be putting out DJs hit me up for my single. Your job as an artist is to present that in an email in a professional package and send it out. That is what you're meant to do.
I hear you, but it's at the same time, is one hand help the other. Instead of judging each other by ignorance, at the same time, you got to think about it. He's already made a tweet for DJs. He's already hit man up in their DMs. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because the tweet that followed that one was DJs, check your DMs. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So he's already made a tweet asking for DJs to hit them up. Then he's made another tweet and followed it up and said, boom, check your DMs. So it's not like he's doing all the work. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, he's telling DJs to do work as well, because it's all good us just putting out something, but no, we got to all contact each other. We have still got to contact each other. But social media today, that platform is there for the artists. You can get your message out quicker to everybody via your social media page. Emails are tedious. Like, if I'm a blogger, I'm a podcaster, and I'm a media page, and I'm following these artists, I've got to come to you, you know. So if I'm seeing you posting shit, because I need your content. Like, we got a platform, recaps, blogs, reviews. We recap, we blog, and reviews other people's content.
For that content.
Yeah, we've got OG content that we're putting out, but we're also reviewing, recapping blogs and reviews on other people's content. So we need these guys. We need the artists. We need the videographers. We need all these guys with those platforms. So we could push. But I'm not even including us in this, because I'm trying to think of who are the dedicated music platforms, because we're the platform to push the platform. That's the platform.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
You could, like, Word Life, G.A.B.O.S, even G.A.B.O.S not fully music. He does documentaries now as well. So that's a different bag. So I'd say Word Life is a dedicated music channel. 100%. If you look at the database he's created, with interviews, live performance, videos, freestyles. You can go there, any promoter can go there and be like, how does this person handle this situation? And boom, it's there. You know what I mean? I'd say Street Heat is another one, but we're not that established right now in the UK, so I'm not even going to put us in that. But when it comes to dedicated music channels, I'd say Word Life is probably number one. AFT as well, but I haven't seen their social media channels. I've only seen their live performances. But I'd say when it comes to platforms, yeah, crazy with Word Life and the AFT platform.
And
would be our music channels. Maybe Candy Palm too. But even then, he's a music video guy, more than a platform.
I agree with you, but I disagree with you. Based on the fact that these platforms, apart from World Life, they still push the artists. They do interviews as well. But check out World Life. When they're gonna there, he's interviewing them, innit? So guess what you get to see? Their personality. Yeah? A lot of music videos, we're not seeing your personality. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Okay, you might do a little minute 2 interview here based around your music, but if you check out the World Life, he's going into your persona.
Yeah.
He had an interview the other day with G.A.B.O.S, and he even said to me on the post, like, there's people that said to me, I've seen a different side of G.A.B.O.S by your interview that you done.
I didn't see that side of G.A.B.O.S until that interview.
Thank you. So I'm saying I'm sure people's gonna watch this interview and see many layers to myself. Because more time they might just see the Facebook post and judge me by that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But we all got layers to us where, like this interview you're doing right now, this is a platform what we're talking about right now, where you can come and do this and see other layers to these content creators, to these brands. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Instead of just that one layer or interview about your music. Because while that's good, people might be interested in other sides of your life, and those other sides of your life might draw them to your music, draw them to your food shop, draw them to your clothing brand. They need to get to know you as a person. You get me? When I'm watching celebrities in America and London, I was complaining today because all I could find was interviews. Yeah, but guess what? That interview got me to know the artist, got me to understand the artist a little bit more. Twitter Spaces. You got Twitter Spaces, you got Clubhouse. Look at the people you met through Clubhouse. You know what I'm trying to say? And the people that I'm hearing talking Twitter Spaces, the grand guys and that, the artists that I've been following forever, the battle rapper legends that I've been following forever, now I'm hearing these people discuss things, talk about things, so I can understand who the person is. So now when I'm supporting the music or I'm listening to their stuff, it's hitting harder, bro.
Yes, sir.
The music's hitting much harder because now I got to, you get me? Well, that's why, like, the other day, there's a few music videos that came out, right? I'm not going to list all of them, but Wiz and GB filmed the video. For me personally, and I had this conversation with Wiz, for me personally, Wiz's video was the one that I felt the most that weekend. Because it was raw, and it was, like, pause, you get me? But it was just like... No, but you feel me though? Like, that's for the bloopers still. But yeah, I felt the Wiz one because he's just come there to spit bars, bruv.
Yeah.
Man is just on a grimy thing. GB just filmed a quick, neat video for him, edited it up, dashed it out there. I didn't need the glitz and glamour from that video. I didn't need 5 different scenes or like change of clothing, man smoking weed. That's like the generic things we see sometimes. I just wanted to hear the music. And by listening and watching that Wiz video, I got a different layer to it. There's other videos that might have come out that was bigger budgets and stuff, but the music wasn't hitting me.
Yeah, Wiz has got those fancy videos too. Let's not get
No, it's not even about fancy videos. My point is, there's people with big budget videos that I'm not feeling as much as the guy that just came out there with his camera, flinged on the instrumental, and he's just giving me music. He's touching me there.
A special project.
Bro, come on, man. It's not all big budgets. You get me? Big budget videos don't always make the music, bro.
No,
and I'm from the era where we had about 5-6 videographers, bro. There was bare them out here, bro. So when you're watching the music videos, everybody's thing was different, bro. You get me? If everybody's coming to me for graphics, everything's gonna look very similar. Yeah, I can change up my designs, I could add different shit, whatever, but obviously I've got a pattern that I follow that I might not even see. So if you get what I'm trying to say, people can't just can't come to me one for beats, come to me for videos, come to me for graphics. Nah. There's man that come to me for clothing, I sent them to other people, bro.
Yeah, you've done that to me before. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I come to you for like, no, go sorry.
Get me, go to my man, what's his name? On
the guy on the road, BCP, innit?
BCP, you get me? I said bare people
cold
to them.
Cold guy, man, cold guy.
Come on.
I think that we should do that anyway, because I've done that before where like the budget didn't suit me, but I knew it would suit someone like GB or something, so I passed it down the line and be like, you know, I'm not going to do this, but you should take it or whatever.
Real talk, I got love for everybody, but my top 5s are based on different things. It might be the top 5.
So you touched on RBR briefly, obviously talking about the logos and stuff. So I want to talk about how we sort of kind of gave birth to this. But everyone thinks it kind of just came from just being a brand, but like there's a whole story, there's a whole life behind RBR, and it started from you stirring up trouble. That's what I'm going to do. So we're gonna talk about the famous.
I swear somebody was beefing at this time. I'm not even saying the names. Yeah, because one man don't really. Yeah, but yeah.
Let's go with it anyway. So we're gonna talk about the famous lists, the top 10 and top 5.
Yeah,
lists.
I actually want to go back on I actually want to find the list that started this recap shit. You get me? Because it's there.
Because one went off.
It's on my Facebook. It's there. You get
one
me?
that went off.
But bro, I don't know. Like when it comes to my lists. Top 5 lists in Bristol, whatever. It used to cause a lot of a madness, bruv, and I don't get it really.
Super sensitivity.
Yeah, because in a sense, yeah, and maybe I didn't word myself correctly. Yeah, maybe I came up a bit passionate. Yeah. But my top 5 was always based off certain things. You might be the top 5 lyricists, top 5 punchers, top 5 wordplay, top 5 punchers,
top 5 at the time.
top 5 flipping artists, yeah, top 5 rapper, because there's the difference between an artist and a rapper.
Current successes and whatever.
It's so my personal top 5s are based off different things. Yeah. Some people got mad at me for actually being on the list.
I remember that.
Yeah, let me go, let me land. So some people got mad for being on the list because they don't want their name next to this person's name, and they don't class themselves as a Bristol artist, and I respect that. There are artists from the UK based in the southwest. You get me? Then you got people who want to claim it, people who don't. Some people was upset. Some people like tried to threaten man or want to fight man because they're not on the list. That was a massive. You get me? That you want to fight man because you're not on the list. I don't understand.
Social media list.
It's a social media, but it's like I think people got upset, but it's my personal list. And this is why I used to go.
It wasn't even a platform then. That was just a personal, like, this is what I like.
Yeah. Basically, it's my personal list of the artists that I like, or I prefer at this moment. Yeah. So I don't get why people flipping got aggy about it. Like, it's not a diss to you. You might not even have dropped no music in the last few years. You get what I'm trying to say? Another thing is my list might be based on legends. You get what I'm trying to say?
Hold
on a minute. My list might be based on legends. I've actually got a bias list.
Yeah.
You get me? Because I could actually put my hands up and say, yo, I'm biased to certain ends. You get me? Like, my favourite artist, King Aggie. You get what I'm trying to say? A man would turn around and tell me, oh, yeah, but he ain't dropped nothing. Not now. At that time, it might be like, oh, yeah, but he ain't dropped nothing in long. Rare. Bro, that's my #1 artist in Bristol. You can't tell me nothing, fam.
Nothing.
Like man's was, yeah, I'm not even going to go into that right now, you get me? But yeah, like when it comes to Aggie, just a different kettle of fish. That's my favourite artist. But I would have man like Aggie in the list, Ari in the list, Terms in the list.
Come on.
Like, you get me? Like my list was different. Have I got a top 5 now?
And it would change each week too.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say? I haven't really got a top. If you ask me now, who's my top 5 now based off music I've been listening to the last few weeks, I would say Official MOE, Mo.
Yeah,
I would say fucking Wiz, because he hit me up with some unreleased music the other day that's not been heard and it's fire. Yeah, I would say Death Wish.
Wishmaster,
yeah. Get me? Yeah, Wishmaster now. He just did a thing on the radar.
That was
on the radar, up the radar. I can't remember.
On the radar.
It's the biggest on the radar. Yeah. Biggest platform in New York at the moment. There's a lot of drill rappers who've been on there.
Big.
It's only a few UK guys, Unknown T, Digger D, that's been on there. You get what I'm trying to say? So big up Wish, Glock. You get me? Gaza Glock. He's another one. Yeah, the aerospace is open still. But yeah, that's my favourite. That's my favourite. That's my personal favourite artist who I've been listening to over the last 2 weeks. But going back to recaps, blogs, reviews, right? So created a list. It's got a bit aggy. I think there was a situation going on with Caners and another Bristol artist and stuff like that. Or I wrote a post about. I just wrote my opinion on some music shit. For some reason, me and Supremes ended up going back and forth.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I want to get the right quote he said, but I can't remember it. But it was around the words of, yeah, man is doing a lot of chattings on Facebook when it comes to these things. Instead of doing chattings, you might as well create something. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So, boom, bam, spoke to Will. He was on it. Recaps, Blogs, Reviews was born. We did bare spotlights on Bristol artists, UK artists. We was doing so many different content, Netflix reviews, crime spotlights, everything, showcasing business.
Yeah, man.
Like my boy put Bristol fashion show out here to the masses so we could know what that shit was popping for. Bro, I swear down, if we was to list the things we've done, like man's gonna be here all day.
until I'm weak and tired. Go roll me a book through Chinese or fire. Feel greasy like yeah, I can be a guy.
That bookie, for day at night I'm on B. Make the vans go straight for your onesie. Fucking people whips, nigga don't slip, we run block.
I gave a D on the D low, yeah. She said she loved me, ooh, but
I got to touch on that Bristol fashion show thing because they are very grateful for us, because obviously before RBR was a thing I was working with them anyway. So then when we blew the platform up, when we then went and did Bristol fashion show, not the one I've just done, the one before, that was like the first RBR big booking, as it were, the big first corporate thing that we did that was public.
Yeah.
Their next show sold out like that.
Oh, Ross.
And she told me straight up, she was like, I was using your media, and I was just like, well, there you go. You know what I mean? So we sold out Bristol fashion show just like that.
Well, there you go, man.
Yeah,
So
I had to touch on that.
the platform was born. Get me doing some good numbers with that platform there. We're gonna keep touching on that.
I love what Ellis said to me in I don't know if he said it in the interview or if he said it to me afterwards. But he's like, you two are known for chatting shit, but you've made a whole career out of it.
Blood, that's the thing though, blood. Like the thing is, we would chat shit. You get me? I do the thing, chat shit online, but it's like people would invest time in our posts, bro.
Yep, 100.
Like one thing is the post would bang. It was engagement, bro.
So even though we're chatting shit, we would
like,
get
you get what I'm trying to say?
engagement.
Like, you gotta remember, the shade room chat shit, academics chat shit.
Shade
you get what I'm
bar,
trying to say?
all
A
that,
lot of these platforms today,
Remember
they
Star
made
City? He used to chat shit.
yeah, they made noise by coming out their bag, and I feel like
Remember Grime Report? Bare shit.
bare shit. You get me, bro? And I get people here like, hey, what do you mean you chat shit? But it's not that way. We're not taking it in that way. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's the fact that we used to be so passionate and go so hard, just having an opinion.
And we would just wind people up with it.
I say, bro, I don't even no, we wouldn't even wind people up. It would wind people up.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
It would wind people up.
Yeah.
I'm not winding nobody up. I'm speaking
We
on.
would play along a little bit, let's not lie.
Because no, that's when it got to the comments.
Oh yeah.
You get me? The initial post would be some, this is my opinion on music, this is how I feel about this is how I feel about that. And then people would jump in the comments and they would have main character syndrome, or they would push narratives. You get me? Like, that, there's real talk, bro. People would jump in the comments and have main character syndrome, bro. They would think you're talking about them. Bro, I couldn't even show love to people without people like, what about my love? People was telling me in the city from time ago, like, bro, create something, bro. Like, you actually do this shit. Like, your opinion obviously matters to people. You get me? And Canis, Canis is the one who showed me from time. I'm not gonna cap you. I'm not even gonna. You get me? Canis was the one who told me from time. Yo, Caps, you need to do this. Push, like, nah. Start the platform. Talk on certain things because people are taking your opinion in. Like, here we are. You get me? I got to shout out the ones who was actually there was a few man from around the city from time who pushed me on this. You get me? Especially when it comes to my elders. You get what I'm saying? But Bristol's a mad place, bro.
It is.
Especially when it comes to this, when it comes to the music scene, people be blocking people, everybody be crying about it. Like, bro, I don't care who blocks me, bro. Like, block me, innit? You get me? You could still be a client. You get what I'm trying to say, bro?
I say this all the time.
You get me? You could block me, bro. A client is a client. Like, I don't hate on people, bro.
No.
Like, if I like something you've put out, I'm sharing that shit, bro.
And if I don't like it, it's not that I don't like it. I don't hate on it. I just don't like it.
You get me? But man, man don't hate on nobody out here, bro.
Never.
Trust me.
Not that.
When it comes to the content, I'm showing love, bro.
I had to look this up because you brought it up, right? So main character syndrome. Someone who radiates the main character syndrome often thinks or sees themselves as someone they imagine or want to be like, or is pretending to be the leader of their own story or self-created tale.
It's like me saying, nah, man, these rappers are shit. Nah, let me give you another one. That's like me saying, nah, man, the scene's full of snippets. That's like me, now hear me out, real talk. That's like me saying the scene's full of snippets and man come on my post and take it personal.
Yeah.
And block me. And unfriend me.
If it don't
like,
apply,
what, bro? If it don't fly, you get me, bro? If it don't apply, let it fly, fam. Like, come on, bro.
If I'm not talking about you, why is it affecting
That's
you?
it, bro. It's main character syndrome, bro. Everybody's got it to a certain degree, though. You'll make a post, like, think about it. We're on Facebook, you're meant to be friends with me, or friends with me, chilling, whatever, and someone makes a post and you think it's directed at you. Why have you got them on your Facebook, bro?
Well, yeah, why would you think that I'm
get me?
directing
It's
my
friends.
Yeah.
Obviously, as a metaverse friend, but still.
But we know each other in real life too. So why if I had something to say, Why don't I take a piece? Why am I always got to hit you up because you're my boy? I'm like, yo, what's up?
Bro, you know how much posts I've had on music, on certain stuff, and man jump into my DMs, bro.
Straight away.
I've had to make a post about not being Team Will and Team Kane. Bro, I literally had to make a post because people start hitting me up about Wiser and Caners because, like, what?
Bro, I had to make a post about, do you think he's my handler or something? Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah,
me up. What's wrong with you?
Like, everything man is doing, people's coming back like, yo, did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? Like, bro,
did you see this post? Like, fuck off. Like,
you get me?
Life, bro.
Because when it's outside, nobody ain't saying nothing. It's just talking the metaverse, and we're not even talking. No, this ain't no bad man thing. But man ain't saying nothing. Everyone's happy and it's cheers outside, bro. It ain't none of that.
Clinking glasses and good to see you.
I'm trying to say, bro. It ain't none of that. That drama in the real world, bro.
The bad boy stuff's been dead. Like, I don't know some people still think it's a thing. It doesn't even happen anymore. Like, I think there's probably been one incident in the last couple of years, if anything. And even I'm not sure that really happened.
Right? You should say. You see, in my era, there was man doing badness.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It really was. There was man doing badness. But it's funny to me when you got some of these elders, yeah, and I'm talking like 30, 40s, like talking badness and just trying to do badness. Like, it's cool, but the youths them are really on badness. You see, back like my era, there was enough man who was doing badness, but like a percentage of the rappers wasn't really doing it. There was a lot of cap in the rap. You get me? I got certain tunes that there was a lot of tunes that I fucking did when I listening back. I'm like, bro, why are you talking so greasy? Like, why did you cap like that?
Why are you lying?
Why are you lying, bro? Like, but it's like a lot of these youths today, they're on stuff, bro. I don't even want to be. I don't even want to be in that road. I don't want to. Like, my daughter's 16, fam. Like, you get me? I don't want to be nowhere near that road.
Let's touch on that because we've done that in the other interview. Let's talk about your viewpoint on drill. So we've lost a few friends in Bristol from, I mean, not so much from the genre, but from actions within that genre, if you know what I'm saying. Obviously, RIP TK and other people that we sadly lost to these crimes and stuff. Like, what is your viewpoint on drill as a genre and the content and stuff like that?
Yeah, man. Nah, hey, rest in peace, TK. Still. See, I don't know. Like, see, these questions sometimes they get a bit problematic because.
It's hard.
There's nothing wrong with the way you phrased it. I'm glad you phrased it in that way because you phrased it. You said it to me the way media would touch on drill. Where they tend to,
media trade.
Yeah, no, I know it's media trade. It is. But it's a way where the media do it now. They speak on something happening, and then they ask you about the genre. But if you're talking to me about Ozzy Osbourne, you're not gonna mention him biting off his fucking. What did he do? Being off, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, if it's an ever genre, they're not gonna mention it. And it's like, at the same time, he's saying that with the drill, there are a lot of top drill artists, or the highest, like the biggest drill artists that we know that have actually been killed. You know what I'm trying to say? So regardless if the crime has got anything to do with the music, a lot of people from that scene has actually passed away. And I'm not going to sit here and say no, because my favourite drill artist in America and the UK is being killed. You get what I'm trying to say? We're talking King Von, Pop Smoke, Biz. Like, I'm not even going to keep going on because it's just ridiculous. Now in our own city, TK, you get me? Drill is one of my favourite genres. I've been following it since 2012 with Chief Keef and all them guys. The Chicago era of it. And that man ain't them is a real thing out there. Like, there's a kid called Yummy. I'm gonna want you to put the clip into the still. I'm gonna show it for you. There's a kid called Yummy. Yummy was like between 9 and 11. Yummy was a serial killer. Oh wow. As a kid, right? So and Tupac actually spoke about Yummy. That's that's how far Yummy goes back. You get me? And even Tupac he's got a tune about Yummy still. Wow. And even back then when I seen that, I was like, wow. Look at this little kid on some gun thing. He got killed by his own crew because he was killing too much people. Like, he was just too reckless. This is a child I'm talking about as a fact, right? I don't want you to quote me. Right?
They killed a child.
Bro, I don't want you to quote me because I don't want to make mistakes. But hear this, this Yummy kid, he was killing other people. That's mad. Yeah, he was dupping other mans. He was about that life, yeah? So his own people, kids we're talking, has killed him.
In Chicago, well on its way to recording 930 homicides, the second highest on record. Among the dead, 14-year-old Siobhan Dean, shot in the head by a stray bullet during a shooting spree in the city's Roseland neighborhood that injured 2 other teens. Chicago police quickly identified 11-year-old Robert Sandifer as the gunman. That led to an intense 3-day manhunt. Gang leaders decided that Robert needed to be silenced because he knew too much, so they ordered Craig to kill him.
Why did Robert die?
By means of not my control.
And was it your life versus his life?
Absolutely.
You thought it was that simple as either you do this or you die.
And that's how it always boils down. It's not like any wiggle room when you live in that lifestyle.
So you're saying you had no other choice?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That's right. So even back then when I hear Tupac speak about it and stuff like that, I used to think, wow, like, if this young kid's done this, imagine the other young kids in that area. Like, obviously, he's not going to be the only one. Years later, now I see the drill scene. There's an artist called Little Jojo, yeah? He was beefing with Chief Keef and them, man. It's about 10 man in the video, 15, 20 man, they all got guns pointing at the camera. It just reminded me of that Yummy thing. I was like, fuck, that Yummy generation's here now.
Yeah, that's true.
But it was probably already here. We're only seeing this in music videos now.
Now, yeah, because the media.
So how long has this shit been going on?
Thank you.
You see Charles of War stories when it comes to places in Africa, Syria, whatever.
This is why I can't blame drill.
That's children of war. You get me? Yummy was before drill.
This is why I can't blame drill for what goes on.
And in Chicago, if you check out the history of Chicago, they was doing they love dancing in their hip hop video. If you see the dances they're doing, you're gonna say pause. I'm gonna actually show you the videos some of them Chicago man was doing. And my point is, they was on getting lit. It was just, get me, it was fun and all them things that drill wasn't even about. So what are we gonna blame then for that time then? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I said to Ellis, there was a time that hip hop was dangerous, grime was dangerous. Now it's drill. What's next, man? What's the next wave that's going to be dangerous for us? And why is it always the black genres of music? Why is it never like rock music that gets demonized when these guys literally have satanic lyrics and people kill themselves over it?
Because the media publicizes it a lot more, and I didn't realize this until the other day. Like African Americans in America, they generate so much money from social media. Like there was a post, this guy wrote article, and they practically control a lot of shit by how much areas they spend money. When it comes to something going viral, have you heard of something called Black Twitter?
Yeah.
Do you guys try to say? So when something goes viral, they will push it and it will go viral. Why do you think you probably heard more about Bill Cosby than you hear about Epstein and them? Because the black community are still bunning out Bill Cosby. Ever from that community, Epstein's community, they want to forget that. So it's a shush thing, while we're still bunning out shit. So you're gonna hear about it a lot more. Do you get what I'm trying to say? The thing with this drill thing now, it's not a black thing. Yeah, the culture, and I don't think it ever was. And the way the culture's changed with drill, you had the Chicago side of it. It branched over to the UK. The UK got it mad lit. Now you got people in bare different countries doing it, and they're following the UK version of it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Now you got New York back on it, because they was on it back in the day, but they jumped back on it. Pop Smoke was on bare UK producers beats. So it's mad because drill's got a negative and a positive, but the way he's branched the UK and America together, we've not seen nothing like this before.
That's true.
The amount of producers from the drill scene that's making money with top artists in America, we've never seen nothing like this before. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But the violence have to stop, man.
Yeah.
The violence have to stop for one, man.
Yeah,
but the whole drill conversation, we'll touch back on another point, cause I want to react to some
video anyway.
Yeah, I want to react to some drill videos with you and stuff like that, and just show you some things that you might not heard about, and show you some.
I'm not fully educated in drill.
When I show you
drill music, but I'm not fully.
Yeah, educated. When I show you these blogs, there's a guy called Traplaw. He's actually from I think he's from the UK. And he just speaks a lot about it. But I'll show you this stuff and we can do a recap on it at another time still. But yeah, the drill thing is a different one.
And go into RBR a little bit more, because that's basically our baby right now. That's why we've been doing this in the first place, and that's why we're doing this Who's Who in Bristol thing. That's where I Am Bristol came from as well, and all that. And so we talk about how it gave birth to it, how it just came from us, like getting mad drama because of it. And just making a brand out of that, because that's what we did every day. That led to what I would call the first year. It was a bit of a shit posting page. We would just grab shit, post it, see what it did. But then we started being a bit more calculated with it, and we started posting like the news stuff and the wrestling stuff, and then we just started going viral. And then
that's the thing though. Like even when we started, it was random posts, but we were still putting it in an RBR way.
Yeah. It's like
especially with the graphics. Like, Mans was making all these graphics for it, and it got it looking a certain way.
To me, it was like a digital magazine. I'd write something, I would imagine I would be reading, and then the other page would be the video. That's the way I kind of saw the post in it.
Like, there was a lot of stuff we was doing on there, and for me, we wasn't a mission from day one.
No.
Because even if you look at the playlist though, we got spotlight playlists.
We got all sorts,
We
yeah.
got this playlist. We got crime playlist.
Top 5
we
wrestling, all
got
that.
top 5 wrestling
Yeah.
playlist. So you can see the mission we was on. You get what I'm trying to say? So even though, in a sense, saying that, we still didn't really take it that serious.
No, it was.
And even doing that, but
innit?
somebody else looking at that, they would say to us, no. They wouldn't have us saying that.
No.
Because if you look at the works we did on there, they're gonna be like, no, but you still took time and you did this and you did it in that way. Like,
It looked professional, innit?
thank you.
Yeah.
You get me? Like RBO reminds me of like the shade room without the shade.
Yeah, 100. We don't throw shade. We just
Like,
post. Yeah.
because the shade room, they would take people's posts and take comments from certain posts and then repost it.
Yeah,
Do you get what I'm trying to
Make
say?
it-
So
make
they're
it.
still recapping
Yeah.
somebody else's content because they're taking somebody else's thing and look at them now.
That's what's great about it. What I like about RBR is that I've had this since we started it. A lot of people call us like, "Oh, you're content creators. You're just kind of taking stuff and you just repost. That's not content." I'm like, listen, if you don't understand the industry that we're in, you can't really comment on it. People don't really understand there's a thing called the fair use policy, where you can take content, kind of remix it your own way, and post it and put everything and get paid for it. And that's like, there's so many pages doing this. There's a baseball one that's like, he's a millionaire now from reposting. He doesn't even make original content like we do. Just repost all day. Like, he's a millionaire. You know what I mean? And that's what RBR. I mean, obviously we do OG content now, but that was kind of the angle we were going with. We were just kind of like, we were reposting stuff. At first, there wasn't too much aim to it. It was just stuff that we liked and stuff that we were entertained by. We post it and see what would happen.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we started seeing crazy numbers. And that's when the news started coming into it.
Yeah, man. There's that story, like, man posted a story on this guy that, Kian, this young boy, rest in peace. He got dismembered.
That's right.
Where was that? Ireland?
Yeah, the Irish story, right?
Irish story, yeah. He got dismembered and we ran that story from the start. Getting information on that. And
as soon as it broke,
all of that shit. And it went wild. That just got us 5,000 followers.
In a few days.
In a few days. You
Mental.
get me? Post was going viral. Everything.
Everything
this
we posted.
is around quarantine, coronavirus time.
And literally. So when so we'd already been doing it for probably about a year, I'd say by then, maybe just over.
Yeah,
and
just
then
over.
Corona hit, and because we were like what 4,000 followers then.
Yeah.
Around that mark, just starting to find our feet, and because we were in lockdown, we started saying, right, let's concentrate on this a little bit now. Let's take this a bit more serious because we're indoors anyway.
Yeah.
And then you started posting the Irish stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Tell us how that just kind of blew up, because that really did take us to a different level.
Basically, I seen a story on this young lad called Kian, rest in peace. He was on this gang life. You know, most of these kids, not most of these kids, but a lot of these kids are trying to do these days.
In Ireland, we need to point out, this is an island.
Say that again?
We're in Ireland, we're talking about.
Yeah, nah, just Iron gang life, bro. Them man, they got the most gangsters out here in Europe. They got this. Listen, don't play. When I was doing this thing and doing some research into them, I started learning about how serious these Irish gangs are and how much control they got over Europe and whatnot. But yeah, their thing was different. But yeah, the Kian guy, he basically got dismembered. Because I think he was allegedly playing sides between two gangs. He messed with this guy, real serious guy. He ended up getting dismembered by that same person. Body parts all over like his area and that. And it just got a bit mad. That story there got us like 5,000 followers. Posters started going viral. This was like just around quarantine times. I think
as people started being indoors.
Yeah, just as people. I think it was just before quarantine though.
Yeah.
I think that story there was just before people being indoors. But even during that quarantine time, like the protest posts were putting up a lot of crime stories were putting up. They started going viral. But even personally, I had to take a seat back from RBR because this was when the George Floyd thing happened. Now we're doing loads of posts, we're reviewing that, we're recapping it on the page, but for some reason, around that time, there just seemed to be a ton of videos with a lot of black guys getting killed by police just posted. Like it was just loads of them. Not just black guys. You had Asian people getting into fights as well in the UK. There was just tons of like that type of content. and like even men and women getting in arguments. It's just like
it's violent.
Yeah, and just after reposting so much of this content, it took a toll on me. Like I had to literally I'd say for Will, like we had to take a step back from it because it got a bit too much seeing this content every day. You get me? So then we kind of said to each other, come then, let's go into a light-hearted bag and post some ever fun
comedies
stuff.
And stuff.
Yeah, because
wrestling and
because having a media page ain't easy, man. Like when you go into them comments, right? Because me and Will's both clocked this. If we posted a post where a white person did something which was bad and stuff like that, the comments, there'll be a few comments here or there. Nothing where they would blame, they won't blame Christians for it, they won't blame their culture for it or nothing like that. We had one post where it was some Asian kids, I think they got in a fight with a police officer or something like that.
They were hassling him, innit? Yeah.
Like obviously they was doing things they shouldn't have been doing, but the comments and the way the comments went at them, it was just like, wow. You get what I'm saying? And you got to remember, we get notifications for everything. Everything. You get me? So
we're seeing comment by comment. Plus, me and you like to do that anyway. We sort of keep an eye on what's being
said. Yeah, man.
So and I do remember you having to take. So I still kept going for. You had to take a break.
Yeah,
off
man.
Completely. Like I mean, I was still kind of there.
Yeah,
but
that shit hit different, bro. Like, you get me? Because obviously, via the American groups I'm in and just the American contents I'm seeing a lot of that stuff happen in America. I'm getting it early. Yeah, them days I was getting content before a lot of Ever News people out there. I even had the Nipsey Hussle footage.
Yeah,
the Nipsey Hussle footage was going around, and I had a clearer copy than bare people.
I mean, the dude got his face shot up.
Yeah, like Fox News actually hit me and my friend up for the footage.
I remember.
Yeah, we didn't end up giving it to them though, because like, we're not.
Fuck that.
Someone else. But
we don't do that,
bro. Even though man is UK based. From the GMG stuff that I've done, the links that I've made in America, like we didn't really touch on this earlier, but we're gonna touch on that on another time still. But yeah, like I've just got a lot of American links at the moment, so they were showing me certain stuff because they know I got the media page as well. So a lot of information I was getting early. That's why it would go viral. You know what I'm trying to say? Even the Irish stuff, I might be up late at night. Added myself to a few Irish groups to find out more information on that. Like, mans was taking this media thing seriously.
We used to hunt. We still do, but at that stage, because we were inside, we didn't really have to go to bed. We didn't really have to have a sleep schedule. I mean, you did for your kids or whatever, but like, really, we didn't have a reason to go to bed or go outside. We quick bit of shopping back indoors all day. So me and you would literally be in the VNs all day long, chatting about content and just posting. And like we went from, let's say we had to take that break from posting the serious content for a bit and start posting the light-hearted comedies and the wrestlings and stuff.
But going back a second,
it was crazy.
Yeah, not even to cut you, but going back a bit where you just said there, where Mans was chatting about this in the DMs, we was Recap Blogs Reviews probably got built 3 years before we probably
way before.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like we used to speak about content
all the time.
Doing this and that, doing that. We didn't know it was going to be an RBR thing. We just used to talk about work that I was doing, work that Will was doing, clients that we both had overseas, clients that we both had here, because we worked with a lot of the same clients.
We'd always have an idea for a platform, we just didn't know what to do with it.
That's it. So then when we started RBR now, that was it. And we got advice from people out here, like
big people
that's actually done things like this before. And they said, you know what? I think it was a conversation we had with Jolene, and she said, you know what, if you're going to do this, like just don't try and do the local thing as well, like branch out, make it about a range of things. So it's not just like a Never Bristol platform. And one of the biggest things she said was, don't get disheartened if the artists that you do work for locally don't like or share the stuff that you've done. And even given that advice, there was times when like man felt a bit like man felt like man got brushed off because man put love and energy into people's works. And bro, we're fans of this shit, bro. Like go back to our Facebook years ago, we would be writing man's bars.
That's where all this came from
writing man's bars, sharing videos, everything. Like
we're still on it now. We still go to events for free and get content just because we're fans of this shit.
And that's it. And it's like when man is doing these work for these artists, these spotlights and everything, man not expecting nothing from you.
No, we're being fans.
We just want to put out your shit. Like we looked at it as like the artists. You're giving us the music. You're doing everything you're meant to be doing. The platforms, we have to now push your music. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it was like that's how we seen ourselves. So sometimes, even if they didn't like or share it, we had to look at it for the bigger picture. We're not necessarily doing it for you, even though it is for you, it's for your fan base.
We're pushing this to a new audience.
New audience.
We have an audience you don't have. So.
And they have an audience we don't have.
Exactly.
You get what I'm trying to say? So that's why it's meant to work. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, Yos was saying this the other day, if everyone can help out everyone, the whole scene's eating, bro.
Eating, easily.
The whole scene's eating.
Way too much.
I remember when, now with gigs, go left a sec. When he put out one of his mixtapes and stuff, I just seen everybody from his ends change their mixtape cover and was just pushing gigs. It was like, yeah, Peckham just got behind gigs. And it's like, man them out here has done that. Don't get me wrong, there's man them in Bristol who's done that.
Like that.
But it's like, I see man tend to do it when it's their camp.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? And maybe they feel like the other camp didn't push them. I don't expect no one to do anything. And if camps ain't pushing camps, fair enough. But the platforms like RBR and these other guys, we can do it. But even RBR, we're not necessarily there to as a promotion platform. You get what I'm trying to say? We're a recap, we're a blog, we're a review page. So we're here to kind of review your content, blog on your content, recap your content. You get what I'm trying to say?
Like, most of the stuff happened by accident, really. That just became part of what we do.
But there was always a process. Like I hear the accident thing, but I think it's subconscious.
Oh yeah, I think we always kind of meant to go there.
Like we can't, like the work that we've put in, we can't even see. Even though we don't take it seriously, bro, the quality of our work,
top notch,
is ever people will look at the platform and be like, nah, that's serious.
And people do. People hit me up about it all the time. So I love the platform. I was like to us, it's, even though to us it's still fun, we're taking it more seriously.
It had to be, innit?
Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes we still have to take time out and be like, I can't give my all to this because it's starting to stress me out. So we'll start doing other things. But the last year or so, we haven't seemed to have that problem. We just seem to be working, which is sweet. So
nah, real talk.
And do you know what I like about RBR? The fact that we don't have to work on it all the time. It can just kind of be left while we go and do what we do, and then we can come back to it later. But
that's it.
That's
the
now it's my favourite.
Yeah, that was the best thing you could cover. Imagine we stopped 24/7. It would be mad right now. But at the same time, there's life as well.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say? The same way how we might expect more from our favourite artists, they might be expecting more from us. But you get me? But life takes over.
And the thing is, we could do more, right? But there's only two of us. And if we're not being shown the appropriate amount of respect, like thank God we love to work with, we're not going to go out of our way. It's like, well, we're going to go see what else we can do and experiment in that field and see if they love us. And just like we'll keep moving. I'm not just going to sit in one place and wait for the respect. We're going to go.
Do you know? I think took that away for that. It's for the platform anyway.
Yeah.
Like I don't even. It's not to say I don't want the artist's appreciation because cool, but I know you got your fan base,
Yeah, they're good.
I know your fans are gonna probably appreciate it. You get me, like a lot of creatives, even probably myself, sometimes our heads are in the cloud, bro. I was a creative, our heads are in the cloud. You get me, but you know what? The people who follow you might rate it, and not just that. Even if you don't show appreciation from it, the client list is so big. The content I'm creating and working on, I'm gonna get a job from it. Sure, someone's gonna see this work, and they're gonna be like, you know what? Can you do that for me?
There's going to be a time when either an investor or not even a proper investor, someone with money is going to see this, right? They're going to go through our work, see what we're doing. Like, these guys have got something that I can invest in, and we could probably triple their investment inside a year without question or even without struggle, really. Like, if they gave us, say, a certain amount of money, I know for a fact with me and you, the way we think, it's like that will be triple. Fast.
Give man the right budget. Give man the right budget. Man is going clear.
We're sorted.
Give man the right budget.
Tomorrow, bro. Give me the budget, and I'll have this viral.
Especially with the links man got. It's
ridiculous what we could do with it. And I think that's what I love about RBR too. I say this to Will C quite a bit. Like RBR is kind of like my role star. I mean, it's one of those ones where they do a lot of posting of other people's stuff, and it's blown up their shit. And I was like, this is like the UK version, but we didn't call it World Star. We got
But the thing is, what I reckon, like, what sets us apart as well. There's a lot of stuff we do in house.
Yeah, loads.
Yeah, loads. We don't. And even for myself, when I was doing the clothing, just the graphic design. There's a lot of stuff I don't have to hire somebody for. You get what I'm trying to say? And it's the same with yourself. There's a lot of people, you don't have to hire somebody else to do this job. You can actually do it in-house. You get what I'm trying to say, fam? Like, we've actually got our own skills, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's the beautiful thing about RBR. Even though I always say to people, it's only two of us, but when you really look at it, it's like, there's two of us that have accomplished what we've accomplished with it. Like, from me being
while still working on solo brands.
This is what's so crazy about it. We're busy on our own respects, and we're working with big stuff on our own. But when we do an RBR thing, it's fucking massive anyway.
It is, man. It is. Like, look at the Boardmasters thing, bro.
This is what I keep saying.
Shout out Smoke Cloud, man.
Yeah, shout out Smoke every time for that. And I know me and him have plans for this year too. It's going to be at Mazza. And like, it's crazy to think an idea of two people basically pissing people off on Facebook. It's just become this actual brand, and like, now I piss people off on the internet, not just on my Facebook. I piss off the world with something.
And then what the funniest thing is, what we got not necessarily accused, what people said we did on our Facebooks. We took that and we created RBR. And that energy we didn't necessarily take to RBR. So you see how someone can have an opinion of the stuff we're doing, but it doesn't make it true. Do you get what I'm trying to say, fam? Because that just to say Capo and Wiser, yeah. If you actually really break down RBR, we didn't give them Capo and Wiser.
No, we didn't. We did something totally different.
You get me? We give them Capo and Wiser on our own Facebook page. We don't take that energy to RBR.
It's only probably been like, I would say, the last year since going to Broadmasters, we started being more there, like we're being more present on the brand, like
but we've been professional.
The face.
But even the professionalism, we've been it from day one, because why we kept it about the content. From on RBR was never about us,
and it still isn't about us.
No, that's what I'm saying. It was never about us. It was always about the content until we got to a point where we're posting stories on other people's stuff, and now we're getting to a point like this where we're doing OG content. This is real RBR now. Not like everything beforehand. Cool.
That's the warm up stage.
Anything you see us in the footage, anything we filmed, anything where it's us, this is the real RBR. Now you're getting recaps, blogs, reviews. You're gonna start getting more reactions, more blogs, more reviews. This is what we're about. You get what I'm trying to say? And it's mad because if you go to our different social medias, the TikTok, the Instagram, and the Facebook is different sides of us. You get. You can go to RBR and get crime spotlights, music spotlights, rustling reviews, movie reviews, all these type of things. You can even get articles on there. There's articles that I've written on artists in our city on there. There's a range of things on there. Do you get what I'm trying to say? In the TikTok, we're a little bit more international on our TikTok.
That TikTok got fast, bro.
TikTok, I would say we're international. Instagram is a bit more international. On Facebook, I would say that's the only place where we've got a bit of localness in it, and mainly a European following with them 5,000 Irish people. You get what I'm trying to say?
I'd say at least half of the following is
but we're still not that local because a lot of my Facebook friends do not follow that platform, and they don't need to.
No, that's what if you look at our mutual friends on Facebook, only about less than 200 people from the city follow our Facebook.
You get what I'm trying to say? And that's what makes the platform even better, because we're not trying to be a dedicated Bristol platform, even though we're from here. But it's like people said to me before, how come you don't really post this? I said, you know what, it'd be better if I get my page to a point where it's lit. That's when I can start pushing you, because now you're lit. Now all these people are going to see you, and believe it or not, Recaps Blog Reviews has got a completely different demographic of people from the rest of the platforms in the city. That doesn't make us better. That doesn't make us worse. It just means, and we can prove this. Like, we can go into the insights. You could like give me your, like, put our insights next to your insight, and we'll see. You might get more in the city love, and that's blessed, bro. Like, I would love that as well. But what I'm trying to do here is just to say, the platform is different from everyone. So if you come to us or we push your stuff, you don't have to feel like, okay, it's just the same friendship group that's seeing your works. Because when I'm looking on Facebook, it tends to be the same friendship groups that's pushing each other's works. If you go out them circles, they don't really seem to be pushing it. And it's like people are writing each other's comments and stuff like that. But it will be only, I'm just keeping it 100 with you, bro. We need the good, the bad, and the ugly if we're gonna do better, bro. And when it comes to the music scene, sometimes I just see certain circles pushing certain circles. It doesn't seem like it's much. And I don't see much features. You get me? But that's a fan. That's me speaking as a fan. I got into the business as a fan, supporter. I would love to see more features from the artists in our city.
Yeah, you touched on a point about reaching different audiences, so I wanted to touch on that as well, because I had a conversation with G.B. not too long ago, and he pointed out the fact he liked that we were doing like the handicapped kind of videos, the conspiracy videos, reaching out to different audiences, and then we would hit them with like a local artist kind of bit of content as well. Well, yeah, that's kind of the idea, like we're trying to draw in these new audiences, so you guys can then have someone to, when we post your content, a whole new bunch of people are going to see that have never seen you before. Yeah, like we've got like we said earlier, like we've got a following you've got a following we haven't got, or maybe we have. Who knows? A lot of us got a lot of the same eyes or whatever. But like that's the whole thing about RBL. We're not just doing it to go and be a brand, and just we're trying to bring a whole new audience.
We all got different audiences. Yeah. And like, just to touch back on GMG again, when it was GMG Clothing, me, Lenny, Age, and Tiki, we all had a different audience. So it's mad. Like, we're all in Bristol. Yeah. We practically know the same people, but guess what? We know different people in Bristol. Yeah. So sometimes it's not even all the same. So it's like different demographics, different platforms, all got different fan bases. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So working with each other, it's only going to help each other.
No, I hear that. We do a lot of content where we are trying to reach different audiences, and we've had some pretty big numbers, a lot of our videos. So like, ones that hit my head, obviously the Irish stuff went super viral.
Halloween video.
Yeah, so that was another one I wanted to bring up as well. That was something I'd forgotten about. I'm glad you mentioned it. That Halloween video, right? You posted that on a whim, and that probably brought us in another like 3,000 to 4,000.
You know, the maddest thing is,
like so quick.
A lot of the stuff that I actually did, it was on a whim, but it was calculated. If I could predict I would go viral at those times, I would have been putting logos all over that shit. I would have done so many, I would have added to the content so it looks more RBR-ish, you get me? Because me posting it was kind of on a whim, but the thought process to a lot of the stuff I was posting back then, like, they was just going viral, you get me? But it's just like, I said to myself, this, like, cause you know, innit? Like, there's things you talk about and you get engagement. So if it comes to content, you kind of step ahead. You kind of know, in a sense, what content people are gonna see. I think it was around Halloween was coming up.
Yeah, I think we were just on the edge of it, innit?
Yeah, no, it was coming up. Yeah. It was just before Halloween.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're just on the edge.
Yeah, just on the edge.
Halloween, yeah.
So I'm seeing this post on Twitter about some scary ass mansion. You get me? And it's already going viral in America.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the thing. My Twitter and my Facebooks, they got a ton of Americans on it because of the work I was doing, whatever. So I would see a lot of stuff from there. So because I'm up late, because my work pattern is matched up to my epilepsy, I'll be up late. I would see it late. So I just set the schedule. It will post in the morning over here. So I'm already ahead of like platforms in the UK that might be posting this content, and that's how I kind of got away with the Irish story, because I seen it late. That's how I got away with the Halloween thing. And there was a couple more posts like man just did on whim. Okay, let me see how this goes. That did just happen to go viral. You get me? But the thing is, back then it was nice for us because we was going viral. But we've both had posts it might be a meme. We've had memes that gone viral.
Stupid viral
like, wow, you get
let's say like Charlie Bronson thing recently.
Like man posted who posted the Charlie Bronson thing, and now everybody's hitting up the page thinking we're Charlie. They think we're Charlie, bro. Like, nah, I ain't got no type of Charlie for you, bro. Like, you talking?
I am not Charlie. T-shirts coming soon, bro. Like,
Charlie bit my finger, yeah.
Charlie.
There's bare famous Charlies, isn't it?
That is so funny though.
But yeah, bro. So it's like, but then when it comes to original content, we could get 500 views or whatever.
If we're lucky, like sometimes.
No, real talk. Not even that though. I'm not even speaking on that because we're lucky, but we're happy. It's different. Because we're getting 100,000 views and 500,000 views, mad fucking shares. It's going viral, and it's we felt cool. Yeah. But when it was our original post and it got out there, it might be in 100. It's OG content, you know. We're creators, isn't it? So it hits different for us, bro. When we didn't, if the numbers were small, it all adds up.
I think it's like those small numbers are a whole new audience that we didn't have before.
That's what I'm saying.
So like, the Ballmasters documentary on YouTube has got something like 100 views on it now, I think, or 105 or something. The Facebook trailer has got like 700 views on it. Those people didn't see us 2 years ago. And they weren't on our page 2 years ago. Yeah. Now they're seeing our shit and they didn't know who we were before. Yeah,
because look how the Instagram numbers have gone up, the YouTube growth has gone up. That's all down to the work that you're putting in the last year.
The last, I'd say 2 years, I put into RBR's social media numbers as we were looking. And the fact that we've got like 500,000 on some of these posts now. And like, so like the Johnny Depp stuff, stupid viral. And like, I think literally a couple of them posts now are literally just sitting just behind like 500,000 views. And there's a couple on the TikTok that are like that, the relationship stuff, the dating
Come on, bro, man jumped on that shit. Them numbers were dumb when I jumped on that shit, you get me? But nah, even like the different stories, like there's an incident that happened in our city with somebody, remain unnamed, but even reposting that story and just chop it down and like
that blew up
and it's like the amount of like women who came out on that post and said they was in similar circumstances and stuff like that.
Through that same person.
And now they can see, you know what I'm trying to say? Like everyone can see the impact of what that does. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
and I'm glad that our platform had that effect where like people like these people will speak when
people will
speak. We won't always talk on everything. Let's not get twisted. But if it's important and it needs to be said, we'll be the first ones to do it. If one girl or woman can come to our comments and see like he's in jail. The impact he's had, and there's ever people in there speaking out about what they've been through. Now they're collected.
Yeah, and it's like they might feel like, you know what, I'm gonna speak out as well. So it helps. You get what I'm trying to say? There's a range of different things, and even speaking about it now, I'm getting a bigger understanding of like the different things we did, even if some things might have been on a whim or whatever. Like
we still helped though, innit?
They still helped. Like when that Irish story was popping, people was coming to our page to find out information.
Yeah, and to get clarification.
Yeah, and get clarification.
And they were sending us information when we had it wrong.
Bro, oh God,
and that was great.
Listen.
That's so good though. That's a really good thing.
Like we still got it on DMs. There's footage we couldn't even put out.
No,
we
cannot put that stuff out.
We're getting told things from people in Ireland that we could never put out.
We lose our page.
Listen, I'm not even just losing the page. These people will get hurt.
Yeah, straight
like people was. I'm not even. People was truth telling. Yeah, snitching. People was
snitching. Like these people are putting their lives.
They was truth telling. Academics voice. They was coming to us, telling the truth about a lot of stuff, sending us footage about what this person done. Saying we might have posted something and we might have got it wrong. They will come. They was telling us no, it didn't happen in this place. It happened in that place because. The person who actually put me onto it, because the person who put me onto it, I got to pay homage actually, is Scar City Studios on YouTube. So it was via the Scar City page that I found out the information, and at this time they wasn't really that big of a platform.
Not as they are now.
Yeah, and especially not on Facebook. They had YouTube covered, but they was not on Facebook. So
they're everywhere now.
Yeah, we've got the story from them, and then we've posted. But like I said, we are recaps, blogs, reviews. So that's what we did. We took that story, recapped it, blogged it, reviewed it, and pushed it out to the masses, and it went viral. We did that with other things as well. Will took a road trip, went down to Boardmasters, did the same thing. He took a hood trip, went down to the Splash event, did the same thing. Covered the drill event. You heard him say earlier, he's not a drill fan. So, but guess who covered the drill event?
These guys
are pioneers.
Yeah, drill.
These guys are low key.
Like,
and let me listen to what I'm saying to you. 150 when it comes to this Brixton drill team, 150 and 410. Them man are drill pioneers for the UKC. You get me? And my guy went down to the event. Shout out to Splash Entertainment. My guy went down to the event, covered it all. You get me? And yeah, he had a good time down there, man.
It was actually sick. It was actually one of the best events I've been to.
Got some good footage of that night. He stepped out, bro. He was in the dungeons. You get me?
In the dungeons.
In the dungeons with them, man.
And it was wicked. And even though like you hear certain things about drill and drill events or whatever, I didn't see one single thing that made me concerned. Maybe the mosh pitting and not paying attention to the girls. That may be. I mean, that's at any event. I see that happen at Boardmasters too.
You get me? I'm glad you said that.
People are aware of the girls.
I'm glad you said that because you're in a mosh pit. But you get out of the mosh pit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because them Travis Scott mosh pits are a different level.
Oh, listen, we saw how many people got crushed.
Listen,
that thing just go viral too. That story, that was a big one for us.
But the Travis Scott and then Playboy Carti mosh pits, they go different. If you can't handle it, stay away, bro.
Listen, in Boardmasters, I'm surprised people didn't get hurt because I got hurt in the mosh pit when I was there. Because I was stupid enough to sit in the middle with my camera.
They all know what they're there for, man. They're all taking part in that thing. If you're just in it and you're just looking around trying to be glamorous, you're just gonna get kicked down, innit?
Exactly, and you're gonna get a mash up. But it happens. But yeah, but like Boardmasters was wicked. I've done a whole documentary. I'll leave the link in the description. But like, such a great time. And the thing about that documentary, it could be way longer. But there's only so much time people are going to sit there and watch this footage. Like I put in the main bits. Yeah. But I'm still going to put together clips.
But you got to remember as well, the like hindsight is everything. You get me? Because it's how you're looking at it now. Yeah, like going into it, when you go back to Boardmasters now, next time you're gonna film that content in such a way,
a whole different way.
It's gonna be a whole different pattern.
Because I'm ready to. Because I remember what it's gonna be like. So okay, I need to be here instead.
Yeah, and it's just situation. Even a filming thing. You're gonna actually be asking questions.
Yeah, we're talking.
Because you probably did that as well, but you're gonna be. Let me do that a bit more. Let me do the vlog side of it. You get me? Because you probably had your video.
My problem was on that one. When I was talking to people, I put my camera to my side because it was a festival. I was just kind of chatting to people. I wasn't really thinking about doing it on camera. So next time, 100%, I'll be like, let's chat to some people now. Let's try and stop people because like on that one again, first festival, I'm not the most social person. I can get quite anxious sometimes. So like walking up to people and just talking about first festival probably wouldn't have been an option anyway unless like Smoke had been with me or whatever. But
you know what's good though? That's why you need your little mic.
Well, yeah, I've got one.
You got one. You get me? No, but not even that one. This one.
I got that one now. Yeah, exactly.
You got your handheld. Cause I see a lot of people doing it. These vloggers nowadays, they just got to anybody, but so they got the mic in their hand. And people just like they don't mind. You get what I'm trying to say?
WordLife did some recently, innit? They banged WordLife. They did some ones recently. Talking about Ukraine and stuff. And, yeah. Big up crazy in their mind. All right, so I think we pretty much covered everything really. We've gone pretty. Everything we need to know anyways.
This is the little touchings and touching theirs.
Yeah, is there anything in your career that you want to spotlight while you're here that means a lot to you that we haven't covered?
But there's a few things I didn't really touch on. Biggest cosigns that I had. Probably not. What call it? Biggest moments. Okay. My biggest moments are Snoop Dogg posting my picture on his Instagram. I did a picture. I was like, when I was sick with the epilepsy, I started following battle rap a lot more, and I did a picture of these two battle rappers, Hitman Holler versus Sue Surf. Free Surf, he's in pen at the moment. But yeah, I did the picture for them two, edited up, added my little GMG effects touch to it.
I'm gonna put this on the screen right now, by the way.
Hitman Holler posted it on his Instagram. He works for Wild and Out now. He's like one of the biggest battle rappers in the world. So he posted on his Instagram. Sue Surf posted on his Instagram. The league owner Smack posted on his Instagram. You may know Smack from Smack DVDs back in the day. URL TV Battle League. He posted it, and then next thing I know, Snoop Dogg posted it as well. You get me? So that was a big thing for me. Then Giggs posted, I think it was like 3 months later, Giggs posted full mixtape covers. And he goes, yeah, which one should I pick? Now my one wasn't picked, you get me? But I had a lot of the rappers in the comments feeling it still. I think it was Young Spray. Young Spray.
Big up Young Spray, man. RTM podcast.
Yeah, trust me. Big up RTM. Yeah, Young Spray said my one did look hard. Pause. Yeah, Young Spray did said my one was cold still. There was a couple of edible comments. I think Giggs picked someone else's one, but just my team was on his Instagram, and this was a few months after starting graphics and that. Like, though, apart from the love that I got in the city and that, and people pay me homage for the work that I'm doing, that kind of showed me like, yo, bro, this is your path. You get me? Like, the graphics is for you. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, before that, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't really know what lane I'm trying to do. Man was on this road thing. Man was doing the rap thing. You get me? Like, obviously, roads pay here or there. Ain't nothing special. Rap wasn't really for a money thing. You get what I'm trying to say? It wasn't for a clout thing either. It's just like, man's just fans of this shit. You get me? But then when it come to the graphics now, people was asking me to buy graphic stuff for me for like 3-6 months. I was like, nah, like, I was just doing it for free. Wouldn't take no money then.
I remember you were turning down jobs.
Yeah, I was turning down jobs. I was turning down money because I just wanted to get the skills to a certain level. And then boom, obviously you start charging after that. But I had reality stars in America, I can't remember her name, Cynthia or something, from one of those housewife shows, Real Housewives, Jersey or something. She shared my work. Lee Haskins wore my stuff on Sky Sports. Big up Word Life for that. Big up Scott. You get me? Free Scotty still. Big up Cardi because it's true her that it happened. That's her family and that. Lee Haskins was rocking the GMG Word Life hats on Sky Sports. So it's mad because I had friends messaging me telling me, yo, is that your hat on Sky Sports? Yo, we just seen your clothing. You get me? And it's mad because these are friends that I was in the streets with.
Yeah.
You get me? Cause the road thing, but when I come into the business thing, it's like I'm like not hardly seeing the man them, you get me? And it's not even like these was the street man them, these was the man them who I started making of music with. These are my guys, my day one guys, you get me? So them mans are like off doing their work thing now, everybody's doing their proper thing, and I've created my own business, you get me? So when they're seeing it on TV and they're hollering at me, that made me feel good as well. You get what I'm saying? Like, man them not knowing me for streets, they could see the works that I've done whilst we're not together, flexing, whatever. You get me? So that was another big moment. And there's been many still, like, there's been many. The work I did for the council, that was a big moment, cause you get me, some legit things. The work I did with URL TV, you get me, the battle rappers in America, wearing my clothing, doing logos for them, getting my work posted on the URL Instagram, like, yeah, that was a big moment for me. Proper big moment.
You've had some big ones, man.
Yeah, just branding, like, overall, just branding myself from UK to America and actually getting honoured for it as well. Yeah, that's why we got the honours, you get me? So those are some of the big moments. There's a lot more things to touch on, but we can't cover everything in one interview. But
what we will wrap up with, how did it feel when Caymans asked you to do the Wiley's poster?
Oh, you want to touch on the Wiley? Oh yeah, that's because I think the Wiley's
the last... We can leave all this bullshit behind you. I always want to talk about the fact that you got to work with one of your GOATs. This is one of your favourite rappers.
What bullshit?
You get to make the rapper...
No, what bullshit?
Exactly. So, we're not going there. So
no, what bullshit though?
I'm not, bro. that's a different episode.
You sure?
Nah, fuck it. So, how did it feel when you were asked to make the flyer, and how did it feel when Wiley shared it all? And how pissed were you when it turned out Wiley wasn't coming to Bristol because he told Keynes he was going to jail?
Oh god, Wiley Keynes gate, mad thing. But nah. So Keynes showed me from a while ago, like he's trying to cut. He knew the Twitter Spaces thing. I showed him about the Twitter Spaces thing. He started coming in there. He's already got a relationship with Wiley and Wiley's sister Janaea of some sort. I'm not too sure how deep the relationship, but I know he's spoken to them before. Him and Wiley's debating in the Twitter Spaces, talking.
Hey, K-Star, well, go on, my brother. Are you good?
All good. What you saying?
Yeah, man. I've just been I've been talking to the Rascal, the venues and that, ready for the Rascal boxing thing. What are you saying?
Bro. Listen, your boy ain't serious. He ain't serious. Can you release that or?
Nah, do you know what? Do you want to hear that story? She is clever. This is the truth. Big up Nicki Minaj. But what happened was, the record label that my manager was working with at the time,
yeah.
Someone twanged him and said he can get Nicki Minaj for $100K US dollars, yeah. So he come to me and he was like, I can get Nicki Minaj for $100,000. I was like, bro, don't lie. I thought she would be $1 million or something, yeah. So he got her. He did get her, and then when it was time to move forward, the $100,000 became $500,000.
Wow, them ones.
Yeah, because Birdman wanted 100. She wanted 100 for makeup and hair and wigs and traveling and all the rest of it.
And so that man is calm, you get what I'm trying to say? So he's telling me from a while, like, yeah, bro, I'm trying to bring Wiley down here. Boom, I'm like, yeah, man, red. Like, yeah, don't say nothing. Like, nah, I'm gonna say nothing. Cool. Get me? I'm like thinking, yeah, that's big, bro. I actually want to see Wiley as well. You get me? I've seen him since Sidewinder. When he fucking come on stage, spat some bars, then dust back out, ran on stage. You get me? He was a mad guy, but he did his thing. So yeah, so anyway, Kane has asked me to do the pre-flyer. I've made the pre-flyer for him. We've put that out. Wiley's posted it on his Instagram. So his sister, they put this, like, said, yeah, man, they like the work. Get me? And I felt good because, like, Wiley was one of my goats, you get what I'm trying to say? So it's matter one of my, like, the Doggy Style album, Snoop, that was one of my, that's a classic, that's one of my favorite albums, you get what I'm trying to say? And for Snoop to post my work, even though it just made me feel good because you get me, the love I got for that album alone, and he's a GOAT, you get me? And then Gigs, he posted my work, that's my GOAT. When it came to the grime scene, Wiley's my GOAT. So the fact that he posted my work, like, yeah, I felt good about that, you get me? And then we did the main flyer for it. And I did some, like, ever promos for that. You got some ever artists that was on the flyer as well.
Wiley shared it for that everywhere, innit?
Yeah, so I posted up. Yeah, you did actually. But it's mad because obviously Kane has got his situations with a lot of the scene. You didn't want to touch on it, so I'm not touching on it. You get me? But nah, like certain people got issues with Kane. I don't know if it's because of the blocking. I don't know. I don't really.
Let's not get into it.
Nah, I'm talking, bro. Let me land still, right? So there's a lot of people in the city who have issues with each other. Let's just start from there. There's issues in the city with each other. So sometimes with the clients I have, people have issues with the clients, and I might do work with the clients, so people feel like they can say ABC about the client to me, like it's some gang thing. Like, I'm not in no gang. A lot of people I'm clients with, we may talk now. We probably did. You know what I'm trying to say? We might not talk now, but we used to talk. There's no animosity. There's nothing there. But people were just like, oh, because obviously Wiley's known for not turning up. He didn't turn up to his own birthday party. You get me? But people started questioning me, jumping in my DMs, asking me about tickets, VIP. Oh, you sure he's gonna turn up? And it's like, and then they're mentioning the person they got a problem with. So it's like, why are you coming to me about this? Like, I just want to feel happy for the flyer that I made.
Exactly.
The people that it's for like it. The client, Kaners, he likes the work. Wiley, Janaea, Boom Band, they said they like the work. Why is anybody coming to me with any animosity they might have for the promoter?
Yeah, what's the problem?
So there's that. And then last minute, I'm not too particular. I don't know the ins and outs of that side because, like I said, it was a job. My job was to create the flyer and do certain promos for it. I did that. I got paid for it. if the dance goes along, it's not on me.
Nothing
You know what I'm trying to say? Only from a fan perspective. You get me? So when I seen that a new flyer came out and it had a different DJ, different artists on it. So via that I realized, okay, Wiley's not coming down again. But okay, like this is the thing as a creator, we get paid regardless.
Yeah.
So if the dance doesn't run,
not a problem.
It's not a problem.
No.
It's not on me. You get me? Like I've already been paid. You get what I'm trying to say? Another event happened instead of the Wiley, someone else came down, patterned it.
All good.
And it's funny still because after that event, I wasn't there personally, but I got to see the footage. Big up Team GBTV and King Aggie because they filmed it. And Wiz had a battle still outside there. So yeah, that was cool. Still, I got to see that battle. So yeah, man. So yeah, that was the Wiley thing still.
Yeah, that was cool. Alright, so I pretty much, there's probably other things that we could cover that would take other episodes and probably need separate episodes on their own. But this has been wicked to actually have these conversations because me and you have been to do this for a hot minute. We've been talking about it. This is like years in the making, this interview.
Come on. And there's still things, man is going to watch this interview back and be like,
we should have said this, we should have said that.
I said everything I wanted to. I'm going to be like, nah, I think I did.
Yeah,
I think I did. But now I'm going to be like, oh shit, I missed this, I forgot that.
Yeah.
I forgot to big up this guy.
But even if we do that, that's what a part 2 is for.
Nah, there's many more parts coming. Like, literally. Via this, you're going to see many more layers to Mambaka. One thing I do want to get across is that obviously via the Facebook, that's where people see me. Like I've been in the back, I work in the back on my content. You get me? I've been working on content. I'm not rapping, so you not hear me.
In fact, speak on that real quick because the future is that magazine, isn't it?
Say that again?
Speak on real quick. Speak on that magazine.
Yeah, nah, give me 2 seconds though. Basically, what I want to get out is via the platform and people see me like this, they get to see more layers of man. You know what I'm trying to say? Because via the Facebook, you don't get to, you're just reading my words. You don't know how I'm saying it. You don't know if I'm saying it abruptly. You don't know if I'm saying it passionately. You don't know if there's a soft tone behind it. You don't know none of that. And it's like over the last few years, they've not got no interviews off of me, bro. You don't get me in vlogs talking. No one's got me on nothing talking. This is the first time I've done it in a minute. I've got a few more I need to do, but you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
the last one was one we did for Ion Bristol outside the live.
Yeah, that was the last one I did. You get what I'm trying to say? So
we pretty much touched on everything. So I want to talk on the future of RBR pretty much, which is the magazine that you're working on. So if you could just give us like a brief run through of what you're trying to do with it and what you hope to do with it.
In association with GABOSMEDIA, I've created Recaps with Caps, kind of like a digital magazine spotlight kind of thing. It's still early days, but the direction I kind of want to go in, I want to get certain artists, and my intention is to get interviews with them. The one I'm going to be releasing on WizDXM is kind of what we're going for. So we covered a show with WizDXM when he had an open mic night that Kane has put on last year. My business partner interviewed him, and then he filmed a video for him. We therefore took the content from that and put it together and created.
He's moving stiff like he's from Medusa. I need to see the world different.
I've noticed in the last weeks there's been a lot of energy from you. Like you've been in the studio, you've been over at Corma Center, you was in the open mic over there. Now you're over East and you're doing this one over here. Oh, you had a stage show I think as well over where was it? Coastal.
Yeah. Coastal, so, Bristol Beacon.
Bristol Beacon. So it's like the last summer. This summer it feels like the energy just picked up with you. You know what I'm trying to say? Do you feel like this is like this is back?
Definitely, it's like a revamp.
One of the digital magazines we're working on. We also done some for other artists we've worked with. So it's not like
in your dreams, now you're always trying to sleep. I got these niggas like lip gloss costs more than your wig. I don't trust a bitch, why I trust a nigga. I just love money.
We're just gonna take artists and just randomly do it. Now there will be favorites that we may have who may have new singles, new work that we might want to put out there, but the intention is to kind of try and do it with the way we did with Wiz's one. So Wiz's example is kind of like, this is how we want to do it, interview, maybe film a video if we can, and just do that type of thing. The others that I've done, I did one for Tack also.
We got footage
and
as well.
Where he's got his cover there, then you got his video at the top, and then he did a show at the Beacon which we'll also covered.
Yes, sir.
And we've got the footage for that playing underneath while he spits bars from his video, and just like a magazine cover, just breaking down who Tak is, what we would like to see from him. Coming up in the future, we would like to have more pages for the magazine, so it digitally flips over and you can actually read different articles and stuff like that. At the moment, it's more of a visual thing, with the cover where you can read a bit about the artist, and then visually you can see what they're doing, either their music videos, or you can see live performances or interviews. And then we've got another one with Mo.
Money over everything.
Like,
that's what it stands for. Money over everything.
Oh, money. Is that what it stands for? Yeah, I never knew that. Still, like I'm not gonna lie. She's kind of my favorite artist right now. Like,
I love Mo.
I'm liking her. Like, her pen is different.
Yeah, fun.
Different. When it comes to artists in Bristol, like, her pen's up there for me, and I'm not doing this male or female thing. She stands out with everybody. I don't think there's a lot of man them who can actually rap next to her, bro. I think she can outbar a lot of people.
I agree.
So what we've done here is same thing really.
Similar sort of thing, innit?
Took one of her videos there, kind of showed a snippet of that so you can see who the artist is, and then you can hopefully click on the links to see the full version of that video. And then she's got another one she's done with Too Pluggy Entertainment, and that one's playing at the top. And yeah, that's some new content that she's really recently did. I think it was filmed by CMHD Visuals.
Yeah.
It's their new platform. It's a good platform. I'm looking on that channel, they got some good stuff on there. Go check it out. So yeah, and it's not just that, like the photo that I've used of her is from a photographer in Bristol called G.A.B.O.S. Now, I've put at the bottom, I've credited G.A.B.O.S for the photo, and in the credits, because all of these videos that you're seeing are going to have credits at the end. We spoke about a show that Tak's done. We also spoke about a show that Mo done, because Will was at that show.
Yes,
so we've obviously given his review, just a little paragraph review of what that show was like for him. But in the future, obviously, we're going to try to do more pages where we can give more of a review. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So you might see Will giving a video review of like, yo, when I went to the show, it was like this. And actually thinking about it right now, I'm actually coming up with this idea. Yes, he's going to be giving me a review. He's going to be giving me a review that I could add to this. Like, yo, this show was like this show was like that. It's not going to be too long, because we're not going to try and keep it too long. But it helps promote the artists. And yeah, so that's for the digital magazine.
Alright, so quickly to wrap up, where can we find you? It's GABOSMEDIA, right?
Yeah, so you can find me at Instagram at GABOSMEDIA, at God Makes God's Clothing, at Designs by Kai. On Facebook, you can find me at Recaps Blogs Reviews.
Obviously.
YouTube, Recap Blogs Reviews. TikTok. The fuck is a TikTok? TikTok, Recap Blogs Reviews. YouTube, Recap Blogs Reviews. Obviously, GABOSMEDIA is my platform and it is my page, but this is all Recap Blogs Reviews things at the moment. The magazine cover that we're doing is in association with GABOSMEDIA. But yeah, man, there's Recaps Blogs Reviews everywhere, man.
Sweet, alright, bro. Well, dude, it's been a long time coming. Fucking grab your phone.
Long time coming, man. Long time.
There'll be more of these without a doubt. This is just the start.
You lot don't even know what you're in tune for, bro. You got recaps coming. You got reactions coming. Our favorite videos coming. We might have to do our 10 worst Bristol videos, and then we're going into hiding. Yeah.